Need to see if it works. Okay. So for me, I need to see if this works. Okay. So is there a way that I myself can see my live? Hold on. This is TikTok. But can I go to my live? Does it say I'm live? Okay. So let me see if I can read my chat. Let me see. That's what I need. I need to see if I can read the chat. Does it show up? That's what I need to see. Yo, referee, can you hear me, bro? I'm trying to see if this works. I don't even know if you can see the screen. Let me know if you can. I'm trying to see. How you doing, brother? How you doing? I'm trying to see really quick. Let me see. Does it show up here? Okay, so this chat doesn't work. Okay. So, you see the Celtics? Okay, yeah. Do you see my camera? Like, you see my camera on there? Or just the Celtics? Let me know if you can. I would greatly appreciate it because I'm trying to. Okay, I see both you and them. Okay. Cool. So, as long I can see the chat, I just can't see myself. But yeah. So we got the Celtics right here. Today's topic, this is what I'm talking about today. Because in the chat, everybody is saying, in the comments, I should say, not the chat, but in the comments, everybody says that this Big Three is a super team. So I'm going to talk about how this isn't a super team. And even though people are going to say it is a super team, I'll hear it out. I'll talk, I'll converse. I'm interested to hear how it is a super team. Yo, K Money 24, my guy. What is up, little bro? How you doing, G? Good to see you in here. Good to see you. That's one of my biggest fans right there. I had to give him a shout out for the one time. But anyways, he's like, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Love and respect at the end of the day, my G. Hey, K Money, I ain't gonna lie, bro. For real. Respect you, bro. Cause you, out of most kids that be talking trash, bro, you at least ain't back down. I respect that. I respect that a lot. You still keep coming. So I respect that, bro. Love and respect at the end of the day, my G. I had to tell you that. I respect that. I do respect that. Because most kids be bowing down, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. You at least I know in real life you're not a punk, bro. That is what I will say. But Ray and KG wasn't in their prime, really. No, bro, they wasn't. They wasn't in their prime. And my whole thing about that is too, I don't back. Nah, you're not supposed to, bro. Except your parents. That's it. They're the only ones. But you know what I'm saying? That's a story for a different day. But anyways, my thing about that is too, yes, I feel personally the only person on this Big Three that you could say kind of was a superstar is KG. And in my opinion, you could really only say KG was a superstar in 2008. That's just my opinion. Because yes, he did win Defensive Player of the Year in 2008. And I want to say, I could be wrong. I know it was top 5, but I believe in 2008 he finished top 3. I think he got 3rd. I know for a fact he finished top 5 in MVP voting, but I want to say he finished 3rd if somebody can check that. But yeah, in 2008 he finished 3rd in MVP voting. Nah, but Ray was averaging 26 in 06. Yes, correct. Ray Allen was averaging 26 in 2006. But I want to say Ray Allen was what? I don't know the 3 ages. I just know when they got together, it was 30, 31, and 32. Those were their ages out of those 3, right? So the Big Three, you had somebody that was, I think KG was 32? No, Ray Allen was 32, KG was 31, and Paul Pierce was 30. But even then, right? Yes, he was averaging 26 points in 06. And I would look at it here, but what did he average when he got to Boston? Because I believe in 08, nobody in Boston averaged 20 points. Like, let me see. We got it right here, right? So yeah, Paul Pierce averaged 19. Let me look at the stats. Let's look at the stats. Do we have their stats on this one? See roster. Stats. Okay. Player points. So in 06, he went from 26 to 17.4. So they all dropped off. He averaged 17 in 08. Yeah, he averaged 17. Paul Pierce averaged 19, and then KG averaged 18, and then Rondo averaged 10. So even then when they say like, yeah, Rondo, they had Rondo, bro. Rondo averaged 10 points. 10 points the year they won the ring. Like 10 points. 10. He said, what's prime years though? To be honest, the 609, to be honest, my opinion, and this is just my opinion, and I hate to use like different sports, but like I don't want to say baseball, but baseball is a perfect example of it. When you give these guys these, I'm going a little off topic, but I'm gonna answer your question 609. My bad. But like a perfect example is when you give these baseball players these big 10-year contracts. You really want to do those guys are 22, 23, 24, because when you sign them in later years, they drop off at 30. So in my opinion, I'd say 27, 26, 26, I mean 25 is pushing it, but 26, 27, I'm right. Is it? Let me know. Is it better or no? Yay, no, yes, no. Just let me know because I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Okay. My bad. Hey, if it messes up, just let me know because the only thing I can see is the chat. That's the only thing I can see. But yeah, so my opinion, if you really look at it, and my opinion is that your prime really is, I mean, 25 is pushing it, but I say 26, 27 to 31. I mean, maybe 32 at the latest. That might be the end of your prime. But in my personal opinion, I say 26, 27 is the start of your prime to 31, 32. Like most people, and you got to understand, like prime, like what prime is. Like prime isn't supposed to be a long, like 10-year, 15-year thing. Like prime is really like your peak, like your best physical performance. Because you got to also understand, like wear and tear, bro. Everybody's body breaks down at a certain point in time. Like Father Time is undefeated. What did he say? And the Celtics team won 60. Yeah, the Celtics team did win 60 games, but that was the only, in 08 was the only year they won 60 games. I don't think they won anything close after 08. What's your thought on the LeBron Sun situation? My opinion is that LeBron is mad that he is the third option. And if you go back and watch that game, I did go back and rewatch it. Every time LeBron got the ball, and that's why I have the video where I post when he got the ball and he threw it to connect. He could have scored there. Every time he got the ball, he instantly passed because he didn't want to be a part of how that offense is. That's why even when JJ Redick makes the play, like JJ Redick is trying to make a play for him to appease him, to get him in the game, like to get him active because like, bro, like JJ's was a player, bruh. Like he knows, like he sees it. Like LeBron is disengaged in the game because he's not the focal point. The offense ain't rolling through him. So he's not as interested in the game. Like the other clip I posted, he's all in when it's about him, but when it's not about him, it's like how much are you in? But another thing also is when he's not hitting his shots, as we see in the Suns game when he's playing off ball, we see how difficult it is for them to score when he's not hitting his shots. What else did he say? But the Celtics team as a team, but on any given night, they can give you 30. And I don't know. The Celtics team in 08 really struggled to score on offense, if we're being honest. The defense is why they won that championship. that Celtics defense got Tom Thibodeau a job. Like, a lot of people don't know that defensive coach for the Celtics team was Tom Thibodeau. Like, he literally got a head coaching job because of that. And that's why, like, even when you look at those Bulls teams, that's why those Bulls teams' defenses were so good. You would have thought LeBron faced the way the stands talk. Exactly. So this is a super team. The Celtics team, nah, this isn't a super team. The reason why the Celtics team isn't, well, let me ask you this: why do you feel or think that this Celtics team is a super team? Thunder better than them. The Thunder's better than who? Trez. LeBron's still top 3 ever. I actually need to do top 10 eventually. I can't even say because I couldn't even say right now because I couldn't tell you personally at the top of my head right now why I have who I have. I would have to do some research, but I will do a top 10 eventually. Paul Pierce was frying the whole playoffs. I mean, I'm trying to hear why you feel they're a super team, though. Mike, Kobe, the big 3. So you feel that the big 3, that because that this was a big 3, that the big 3 made it a super team? It wasn't a super team. They were a whole team. I mean, a big 3 doesn't automatically mean a super team. Like, they were just 3 good players, bruh. Like, I'm trying to hear. Like, no, I'm being serious. Like, a big 3 does not mean a super team. He says, Rob, be serious. It's not 3 better basketball players than I gotta look, bruh. But in my opinion, I mean, there's a lot better players than him. Yes, I can say that. I mean, LeBron is good, but he has a lot of flaws, my guy. Like, he's not, like, in my opinion, and I'll ask you this before I go back to this, what would you even say he's the best at in doing? Like, what is he the best at in doing? Like, I'm going to go back to this, but that's just the one question I want to ask. Like, that's what I'm saying. He's not the best rebounder. He's not the best shooter. He's not the best scorer. So I'm trying to understand. I mean, the jack of all trades and the master of none, but that's for a different day. They were all top 5 at their positions during the time. I mean, I'll put it to you like this. And so, because you said they're top 5, so I'll go and look here at this in a second at the top 5 players at the positions for all of them. But honestly, before, I want to say the Celtics won 26 games the season before this, right? Driving to the basketball in transition all time. I mean, I will say this. Finishing in the paint, like the restricted zone, he's probably one of the best I've seen all time ever. I will say that. Finishing in the paint, he finishes better than centers. Like, he's one of the best, probably the best at finishing in the restricted zone. That I will say. I will say he's probably the best at doing. The team that sent LeBron, because they was all number 1 options. Yeah, they were all number 1 options, but why does that make them a super team? There's been plenty of number 1 options that came together on teams. I'm trying to hear. So you say because they were top 5. And like I said, I will look at the top 5 at the positions in this year here in 1 second. I'm just trying to hear everybody's. No. I'm not even nitpicking. I'm trying to hear what everybody's saying before I go and do one. I'm trying to hear multiple. He said, see how you nitpick at Brown for not being the greatest at something, but I mean, cool. He's the number 1 scorer, and I have a video on that. If you play long enough and you're good to decent, you don't have to be great. You don't have to be amazing. You can play very long and end up in top 5, top 10 in all-time totals. Right? No, it's not wrong, because at the end of the day, I use Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as a perfect example. When Kareem Abdul-Jabbar led the league in score and led the entire NBA history in points, nobody ever said he was the best scorer of all time. He said, I like the vids, though, brother. You be keeping it real. To me, greatest player and best. No, I feel you. Everybody's opinion, everybody feel how they feel. It's subjective at the end of the day. Nobody's right. Nobody's wrong. It's just all conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm asking why you feel that way. And then, like I say, right now I have top 5 in positions, which again, I'm going to look. I'm just trying to hear some other ones before I just do that because I don't want to look at just one thing. No one calls Dirk a better scorer than Wilt just because he has. Yes, and at the same time, I also made in the video, just because you are top all time in a category, that doesn't necessarily always translate to being top 5 on a per game basis in the stat, right? Like at the end of the day, LeBron will be number 1 in points, right? And then he'll be number 2 in assists here soon, right? But if you look at points and you look at assists, he's not top 5 in either one on a per game basis, right? Like that's factual. Like we can look that up. He's number 1 in points and number 2 in assists, but if you look at both of those on a per game basis, he's not top 5 in either. So what does that correlate and what does that translate to? That translates to playing for a very long time, producing good to decent numbers, and then it correlates to all-time totals. Because at the same time, for both of those, as I'm saying this, and just hear me out, I'm cooking up. I'm not reading the chat right now. Hold on, just let me say this and then I'll read the chat. We can use the points and we can use assists, right? And we can look at all the years played, 23 years played. How many times has he led the league in assists? And how many times has he led the league in points? See what I'm saying? It doesn't translate to per game basis dominance. It just translates to all-time totals, which is cool, but it's not translating to a per game basis on a dominance level. He's like, nah, Kareem just played 20 seasons in a big man dominant league. But I mean, if Kareem had played even in the early 2000s, he still would have dominated, bro. Like, like he could have played. Kareem honestly could have played from 2000 to 2010. He still would have done the same thing. He still would have dominated. Like, let's be realistic on that. And I mean, and Kareem went and played college for 4 years, dominated college, had rules changed because he was so dominant. Imagine if he had went to the league out of 1 or 2 years in college, right? And I believe even when he played, I don't think blocks were a stat at first. I could be wrong. I got to look that up. He's the youngest to score 1K to 40K. I mean, that's cool. He was also one of the youngest to be in the league and play in the time. I want to say after LeBron, they stopped making it to where you could go 18. I could be wrong. I got to take a look. It wasn't too far after that. They were a super team because they had a great role players in conjunction with the big three. So how does that? They were a super team because they had great role players. So what about the big three makes this a super team though? Because at the end of the day, if that's the case, which Miami Heat is a super team, that is the first super team. But what I'm saying is, you're saying that because they had the big three when arguably KG was on the last year of his prime, right? This is the last year of KG's prime. Because we can go back to 08 if you want to use KG. I mean, I'm sorry. We can go to 09 if we want to use KG, right? I believe he got hurt before the playoffs. Because he didn't play the first round. He missed the whole playoffs in 09. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I know he missed the first round. Flag is 18 now. I mean, that's cool. He had to go to college, though. He says, no, it's just facts. But he led the playoffs in missed shots 5 or 6 times. I can't remember. He also had a whole bunch of turnovers. I want to say he's led the finals in turnovers a few times. And then he says Kareem is the prototype Wemby with a ton of skill for his size. Last year of KG's prime, yes. KG's last year of his, and I don't even want to call 08 his prime, but the last year that KG was a superstar, dominant player was 08. What did he do in 09, CO? He was good for 3-4 years. Tell me what he did in 09 and what did he do in 2010? Nah, KG's last year of prime. Nah, it was all right. So what did he? I'll look in 09. I can look at the stats right here, but I'm just curious what you saying. 09, KG missed more than half the season, and they still won over 60 games. So let me take a look at this because I got it up right here. So this is 07, 08. So 07, 08, 08, 09. Let's look at the stats. So they won. They don't tell me they. Oh, here it is. Overall. All right. So they won 62 and 20 games. Cool. And Paul Pierce averaged 20. He averaged 19.8 the season before. Cool. So let's take a look at the stats. So during this, they have one. In the season before, they didn't have no 20-point scorers. They have one 20-point score. Again, one 20-point score. And you're saying that this still, right? This is a super team. KG averaged 15. He played 57 games. 57 games, right? They won 60 games. KG played 57. Cool. So this is a super team. One player on the team that averaged 20 points. Because if you're saying that this is a super team, then the Pistons was a super team. The 04 Pistons is a super team, right? If this is what we're gonna go by, what is super about this team? Who is their superstar? Who is the superstar on? Who's the superstars? Who is the superstars and who is in their prime? That's my question right now. If you're saying that this is a super team, who is the superstar? Who are the superstars? Who's in their prime right now? Scoring was a low back then. Then I understand. No. We don't got to put anything in the context because again, 20 points. I'm not saying 25. I'm not saying 30. I'm not even saying 27 points. No 20-point score. That's back then for it to be a super team. He said scoring is an all-time low. No, it doesn't matter if scoring is an all-time low, which it was. Scoring was at a premium back then. But for this to be a super team, as you're claiming to be, 120-point score. A super team? What? What? In 09 playoffs, Rondo was putting superstar numbers. Okay, cool. He was putting superstar numbers in the playoffs. Rondo averaged 11 points, 12 points. We can even give him the 1.1. 12 points. It wasn't even averaging double-digit assists. I'm just trying to understand the super team. It's not. Because I can pull up the Heat, which I'll do here in a second. I can show you super team for that. It's just, guys, come on now. 120-point scorer is a super team. You got to be trolling me. Team was not scoring and shooting threes like how. It doesn't matter, bro. They had 120-point score. You're not understanding that. For it to be a super team, what did D Wade and LeBron and Bosh average? I'll go look here in a second. But if we're being honest with that too, if you look at Wade and LeBron, when they were together, they finished in top 10 MVP votes. I want to say 3 out of the 4 years they were together. This never happened any point in time. This team was together. They didn't have 2 top 10 MVP caliber players. They finished MVP in the MVP voting. So again, I'm just trying to understand what is so super about this team. They just played as a team. Okay, that's great. You're supposed to play as a team. That doesn't make them a super team. Wizards MJ was averaging 20, right? And MJ's Wizards was in his 30s, late 30s, 40 years old. So again, super team. And that was in 03. This is in 2009. So that's a 6-year difference. I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying the years is different. Paul said himself that they had 4 All-Stars. Cool. Kmani. And like I said, if that's the case, we could say that the Pistons team was a super team. They had 4 All-Stars. Get what I'm saying? So they had one dude score 20 points, and we're saying super team. And the year they won the championship, they didn't even have anybody score 20 points. I'm sorry. The year they won the championship, they didn't even have anybody score 20 points. Rondo's second year, cool. An all-star isn't a Hall of Famer. And Rondo's second year, he averaged 10 points. I had just looked it up. So he averaged what? A 2-point difference from the second year to third year. 12 points. That's not a super team. I'll listen to it, but at the same time, like I say, a big 3 doesn't automatically mean it's a super team. They were a good team, but the 3 of them, they were not a super team. Like I said, even in this, who was in their prime after '08. Like I said, KG, that was his last year of being dominant. Like, what did KG win after and what? He won Defensive Player of the Year in '08, and then he finished top. I think he got third in MVP voting. He finished third in '08, and then I want to say he made an All NBA team. And then after that, I don't think he won anything after he got hurt, right? He said, "Thank you for educating these kids." Nah, you good, Keon. I have to, bro, because it just doesn't make sense to me, right? And at the same time, if we're being honest, KG didn't even want to go to the Celtics, bro. Like, people don't even realize, if we're being for real, the KG wanted to go to Phoenix or the Lakers. KG originally was supposed to go to the Lakers. The trade was set in stone. They did a handshake on it. But the thing about it was Minnesota didn't want Bynum, and I forget who else they were going to give up. I think it was Bynum and Odom or something like that. But Minnesota didn't want Bynum because of his knee injury. So that's why Ainge came in, and Ainge was like, yo, we got Al Jefferson. So that's why they pulled the trigger and did the trade, because they wanted a big to replace Kevin Love for what they was doing on offense. So they replaced Kevin Love with Al Jefferson. They didn't want to do that with Andrew Bynum because they knew what the Lakers was doing. Andrew Bynum was up for a payday here soon. And what I think it was the year after, or the year, it was either 1 or 2 years later, Bynum was up for a new deal. And that's when Bynum started finally doing good. He made his all-star team, an all-NBA team, and he was up for a payday. And they're like, we're not going to pay you. Your knees are bad. Yeah, no, exactly. They won a chip with the defense. And with this Celtics team, which I'm going to go back to this picture, bro, people don't realize this honestly might be the worst team, like record-wise, to win the finals. They went 16-10. Like, the first round against the Hawks, they went to Game 7. Second round against the Cavs, they went to Game 7. And then the Pistons, they went to Game 6. And then the Lakers, they went to Game 6. So you went to 2 Game 7s and 2 Game 6s. That is wild to me. That is wild to me. It says, I'm not mad at you if you think the 04 Pistons. I don't personally think the 04 Pistons was a super team. I don't think the Pistons was a super team at all. I just think, like I say, it was a good three, a big three that was played together as a good team. Because if you ask, I'll ask you the same thing about that Pistons team. What superstar did they have? Who was really a superstar? Like, they didn't really necessarily have a superstar. They just coexisted and played together as a unit. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, when they got Rasheed Wallace, when the Hawks waived him, that was the best. That was the best thing that could happen to that team. It was well-constructed team, 3 declining stars on the back foot of their careers. And at the end of the day, on that too, if those 3 were fighting to not be called washed, if that had failed, they would have got called washed. Realistically, the first super team was the 19. Let's talk about it. They didn't even. That's what I'm saying. Like, this team, KG had one good year in '08, and that's what they want to say it was a super team. I told you don't talk to him. I told him don't talk to me about basketball ever again. My roommate been watching the NBA for about 6 years and tried to right, bro, because that's all they know. And that's another thing I've realized is that, like, just because you're watching something now in the present moment, it doesn't make it the best of all time. Like, we got to respect that. Like, stuff in the past that we necessarily might not have seen, it can be better. Yo, Juwan, thank you for the follow, my G. Thank you for the follow. We can always, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to necessarily say appreciate everything. Like, yes, stuff in the future can evolve and get better, and we can judge and go off of stuff like that to get ideas. But at the same time, just because what we watching now necessarily doesn't mean it's the best. Like, basketball right now, there's a reason why Team USA struggles when they go to the Olympics now. Like, there's a reason why, because overseas, FIBA play is playing basketball how, I don't want to say how it's really supposed to be played, because you can play basketball different ways. The rules are also different than how it is in the NBA. Their foul calls, everything is different. So that's another matter. The NBA stars are going to play basketball in a way that they're not used to being played. The game is being called a different way. It's being officiated a different way. They're not getting their calls that they're accustomed. So it is also an adjustment period, but we're shooting a lot of threes right now. He say, so Greek Bucks team better than this Celtics team. What do you mean? I'm not understanding what you mean by that. The Pistons didn't have a superstar. No, they didn't. The Celtics team was made to win that year. They all got it. Yeah, bro, because Paul Pierce almost got traded that year. That's what people forget. Before they got together, when they had like 25, 26 wins, Paul Pierce was about to get traded. I went off topic, but the only reason KG accepted the trade is because they traded for Ray Allen, and then they gave KG that contract extension. If he didn't get that contract extension and they didn't bring somebody else, he wasn't going to accept the trade because, like I said, he wanted to go to Phoenix or the Lakers. That's where he wanted to go. He didn't want to go to Boston. That's another reason why I say it's not a super team, because it's not like these guys colluded and formed to play together. They didn't do that. They literally... And if we being honest, I could pull it up, but like, bruh, none of these dudes went to the finals before. None of them went to the finals before, and KG wasn't even making it out of the first round. I think KG made it to I think all these guys made it to the conference finals one time in their career before they got together. I'm almost positive. I did a video on this. They all only went to the conference finals once. I remember this now. Yeah, I did a video on this. All three of them only went to the conference finals once. That's it. The 04 Lakers, that's not a super team, bro. Karl Malone and Gary Payton were washed. They were on their last legs. Chauncey Billups, one of the most... No, he was... Bro, Chauncey Billups taught Carmelo how to be a better basketball player, bro. Chauncey Billups was a big shot. He was a winner. Karl Malone was 41 in the Lakers. Yeah, no, he was. Yeah, exactly. Still wasn't a super team. Overrated. GP was late 30s. No, facts. Yo, that's 10 Walden. Thank you for the follow, my G. Designs, I agree. Howard was 33. No, he was. Howard was washed, bruh. He wasn't washed. He was just able to do what they needed him to do at the time, and that was play defense and body up Joker, put a big body on Joker. Is Greek's Bucks team better than this Celtics team? That's a tough... I would say... yeah. My personal opinion, yeah. I would say so, yeah. Because if they stopped Giannis and they made Middleton be the main guy to score the points, which this team would be able to contain Giannis defensively, how they did LeBron. I don't want to say how they did LeBron. Giannis is going to obviously score his points because it's Giannis, but with free throws and everything like that, yes, I do think this team is a better team. Yes. Defensively wise as well, yes, I think this team is better. That year he won the chip. That Celtics team had more depth also. You said this is the weakest championship team, so the Bucks team that won is better than the Celtics. Nah, this is the weakest team to win, but this team would beat the Celtics team. The Celtics team would beat the Bucks matchup wise. Styles make fights. This team matches up better against this Bucks team. This team would beat the Bucks. Like I just said. If you look at what they did to LeBron, they could do something similar to Giannis, right? So then after that, as I stated, Middleton would have to be the guy, right? Middleton would have to be the guy. This team is defensively better than the Bucks team. So defense, as how they won a championship, defense would win them the defense would win them the championship against the Bucks. Because they would be able to nerf Giannis similar to what they did to LeBron. As you saw when the Heat went to the finals, when the Heat were able to nerf Giannis, when they had Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, when they were doing all that to Giannis. So, yes, I do think this matchup-wise for what they had against the Bucks, I don't think they match up well. David Waters, thank you for the follow, my guy. Thank you. Paul Pierce was on his what to being the next Ron Mercer till they built this team. Yo, bro, I'm telling you, Paul Pierce was going to get traded. They was all on trash teams. That's why they teamed up. Bro, they got traded. Danny Ainge made the trade. They didn't team up. They didn't get to pick. Like I said, KG was on his way to the Lakers. Like they had a trade in place. The only reason the trade went through with Boston is because they didn't want Andrew Bynum, the Timberwolves. They wanted a big, and they got Al Jefferson, and they traded him. My bad, I got 10 messages. My bad, y'all. My bad. Let me catch up. Asadi. I'm sorry. Let me go. They was all on trash teams. What about the 86 Celtics? We're talking about this right now. The 86 Celtics is one of the best teams of all time, though. They had 5, 6 Hall of Famers. Thank you. The Nuggets declined when Chauncey left. Never touched the comp. No, they never did. And Chauncey had to teach Melo, I'll find the interview, but scoring, what was it, 30 back in the day meant something more to Melo than winning. And Chauncey Billups had to teach him, like, bro, it's not all about scoring points, bro. It's not all about scoring points. Like Melo, that's why also Melo had trouble winning basketball games. Billups was constantly rising in the playoffs. No, he was. Billups knew how to win, bro. Billups was I don't even want to call him a game manager. He just knew how to play basketball. You still telling the truth. Yes, sir. Karl Malone don't need no ring. Those Bucks teams are better. I'm going to agree to disagree with you on that. I'd like to hear why you think they're better, though. I'm curious on that. Oh, yeah, I can't talk basketball with you no more. I mean, you can agree to disagree. You still haven't told me why the Bucks team is better. You're saying you can't talk basketball, but you haven't told me why it's better. Where Rondo? Where is Rondo? Rondo averaged 10 points that year. Where would Rondo be? Rashid? What did Rashid average? Rashid, I got to take a look to see what he averaged, but he didn't average that much. So they're not better. Where's Middleton now? So, again, CO, you're not even telling me why you feel that the Bucks team is better. AD, Westbrook, Melo, Howard, all top 75 as LeBron led them to the lottery. He said Kobe destroyed his team with Kobe destroyed this team with a broken index finger, 21 straight point. Yeah, he did. Kobe won. I bet Team USA don't win gold in the next Olympics because the international talent. Bro, it has. And the way how they play basketball, it has gotten really good too. This the best big three from our childhood. I'd say the Miami Heat 3 is a lot better than this. Miami Heat big three clears this big three. But we're all entitled to our opinions. All I know is Kobe is the GOAT, is my guy. Shout out to Kobe. Melo is overrated and an underachiever. Real Knicks fans know. I forgot that KG was finna come to the Lakers, but Kobe didn't pick up the phone. No, like I said, the Timberwolves didn't want Andrew Bynum, and Danny Ainge came through, and he was like, yo, we'll give you Al. You know ball. Thank you, Maurice. You know ball too. Yo, Nate. Thank you for the follow, my G. Thank you for the follow. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you for the follows. First time I say somebody hear the truth about Melo. But yeah, so my whole thing too, right? Like, you guys say Hall of Famers, right? Like, cool, they had the Hall of Famers. That's cool they had Hall of Famers, right? They were not playing at a Hall of Fame level when they were together. Like, they were not at their Hall of Fame status when they were playing together. Like, who was playing at a Hall of Fame level out of these three? Still. Yes, they had Hall of Fame careers, which is understandable, but who was playing at a Hall of Fame level? Like I said, I'll give KG 08. I'll give KG 08. But other than that, like, guys, you got to look. The next year, they're 33, 32, and 31. They're only getting older. They're not getting any younger. So I'm curious, right? Like I said, KG was elite for that 1 year, right? And then, like, cool, they played at an all-star level. But I'm trying to get an understanding of who you guys feel was playing at a superstar level. You're saying the truth was playing at a Hall of Fame superstar level still? He just averaged 20 points the next season. The season before that, he averaged 19. That's superstar level right there. Because if we look at the top point scores per game that season, I'm pretty sure 20 is not in the top 5. So I'm really, like, curious. Right, Rondo was key to that team. And Rondo learned and got better from playing with veterans. Like, Rondo wasn't a Hall of Famer yet. Rondo wasn't playing at that Hall of Fame caliber level Rondo yet. Rondo didn't become Hall of Fame caliber talent like his prime until they got old, like the end of their legs. Like when he was the one really leading the team. Came off of an injured year before that. Yeah, he was injured in 09. KG was. And he played the 57 games, but my whole thing is, which I'm trying to get, like, you know what I'm saying, to understanding. Yeah, they won 66, and then they won 60 games. Cool, right? They won one championship. It wasn't like they went to back-to-back finals either. They went to the finals again in 10. They went in 08, missed in 09, win in 10. Cool. And out of that, the whole time they're together, you won one championship. One. 08. So that's just my whole thing is like, are we calling this a dynasty? It can't be a dynasty, bro. It wasn't a super team. Like, there's no way you want to sit here and try to tell me this was a super team. Like, it wasn't. Like, people try to act like it was. Like I said, yeah, in 08, I'll give you KG played at a superstar caliber level. Cool. But other than that, bro, like what? Because they were all declining, bro. Like that's just my whole thing on it, right? Like they were all declining because of that era of basketball. No, it was the best era of basketball. Defensively too, and people don't understand, like, when they say LeBron didn't have help, like, people don't understand he had some of the best defensive teams in the league at that time, bro. Like, he had the best rebounders, the best back end help. Bro, they do milk that one championship, bro, because you got to understand too, before that championship, the Celtics didn't win a championship for like what, decades, bro. Like, they didn't win anything in the 90s. They didn't win anything in the 2000s. It took them to 2008. I'm sorry. Yeah, they did. Oh, wait. That was it. They didn't win anything for like over 20 years, so it took them some time. No scorer was on the team. And no scorer was on the Pistons either. And that's why I use that Pistons team as another example to be like, guys, they're a good team, yes. But a big three does not necessarily mean it is a super team. Because to me, in my opinion, right, a super team is when you have, I mean, some people say two, but I say three, right? Three caliber players that are in their prime, the peak of their prime, right? Their prime. They're in their prime playing together. And not only are they in their prime playing together, they orchestrated to play together, right? Because if we go back to how the big three formed, they colluded, bro. They talked about it in the Olympics. They've been known. Like D Wade said, when Kobe got that fifth ring, bro, or that, what is it, fourth, fifth ring, they were like, bro, we got to do something. Like, we can't let this happen. So to me, that's another thing. Same thing with like Kawhi. Like he said, bro, I want Paul George. Like, he tried to form his own little version of a super team, right? So I got to take a look at Paul George's age and Kawhi's age. I want to say they were in the back end of their prime, but you got to be in your prime, bro. That, like, if to even be considered a super team, you got to be in your prime and be superstars, not only just in your prime, but prime and a superstar, like prime superstar level. Like, and that's just my whole thing is nobody here except, like I keep saying, I'm going to keep saying it because I see people joining and out. 08, KG had maybe, that was his last prime year, his last year playing at elite talent. Other than that, bro, nothing. Yeah, after that, what'd he say? No NBA teams after that? Yeah, after 08, KG was even NBA first team. Yeah, exactly. No score. Do they wouldn't come out of the West? The East was the weakest comp. And see, that's another thing that, like, I'll be honest, people get misconstrued with, and they take overboard is their record that they had at such an old age, right? But you got to understand, bro, the East was so bad back then, they were able to still win. Like, it wasn't hard like that. But when you see in the playoffs, that's why they didn't really, you know what I'm saying, go anywhere after that. But they had a little run, but it wasn't like, I don't want to necessarily say they weren't dominant because they did win a championship, but it wasn't like they were a dominant dynasty. Like I said, at the end of the day, this team went in Game 7 twice in the first and second round to the Hawks, to the Cavs. They were literally, feel me on this, please, as a super team, bro. They were almost 2 games away from playing Game 7 in every single game in the playoffs to win a championship. There's no way you can say that's a super team. Bro, what? You almost went to Game 7 every single game. In the Game 7, for them to even beat the Cavs, bro, I want to say it was PJ Brown that had to, like, bro, if you watch that Game 7 against the Cavs, like, Rondo, they didn't have anybody to score. The Celtics didn't have anybody to score for like 2 to 3 minutes. They didn't have nobody to score. I think it was PJ Brown had to, like, PJ Brown didn't miss no shots, bro. And like at the end, they just gave it to PJ Brown and he got hot and he basically, I don't want to say led them to victory because yes, their defense did perform, but these guys didn't have a go-to scorer like that. They were struggling to score. Hold on, my bad. Let me get to these comments. My bad, y'all. My bad. This my fault. Bro just came to say thank you for every day exposing to LeBron. Yo, John, thank you, my brother. Love and respect at the end of the day. Mike Brown literally ran the Spurs offense against. I mean, he did, but he didn't, because what happened? Hold on, let me read these comments before I start going. My bad. Yo, Tay Ben Trill, what's up, my boy? How you doing, my brother? My brother, what's good, bruh? I'd still say they were a super team. They still had 3 All-Stars on one team for. Yeah, I feel you on that. And I was talking about that, Tay, but my thing about that is they were not playing at their Hall of Fame peak when they were together. Like, KG won MVP in 04, I want to say. And then other than that, like when they were even playing together, we could use Miami and LeBron's big 3, right? Like D Wade and LeBron finished top 10 in MVP voting 3 out of the 4 years they were together. I don't think that ever happened together with these 3 at all when they were together. But that's just my opinion, right? Like I said, at the end of the day, it's all conversation, baby. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. Like I say, matter of fact, my bad. Let me stop getting so damn close to this mic. I'm gonna use what Tay just said as a perfect example. If you coming in here and you gonna talk in the chat, I do not care what your opinion is. When I say I don't care, I do care, but I don't care. But what I mean by I don't care, everybody has an opinion. What I mean by when I say I don't care, nobody's right, nobody's wrong. So that's what I mean by I don't care. I don't care what your opinion is, right? I just care if you can back up what you're saying, not off how you feel, but what you're saying. He just said, I'd still say, and this my homie, right? Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day what he's saying, right? Like, okay, let me not say it matters what he's saying, but what I'm saying, it doesn't matter what any of y'all are saying as long as y'all do this. This is perfect. I say they were a super team. They still had 3 All-Stars on one team, 4 Hall of Famers. Whatever you feel, just make sure you got something to back it up, a reason to back it up, and we could talk all day. We could agree to disagree all day, right? We just talking basketball. That's it. We could agree to disagree, and let's have conversation. At the end of the day, we all want to hang out. We all want a place that we could talk and chill. So let's talk. Let's converse. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk basketball. All right, let's get it. LeBron went and sniffed the finals in the West. It was tough. He stayed in the easy East for a reason. The proof is he lost all those finals to West teams. Yeah, when he played some real comp, it was tough. Still is weak. Imagine barreling the Spurs just to go to the finals. I mean, West was pretty comp, bruh. West was winning a lot of these finals, bruh. Yeah, Bron had a good defensive teams, but without him, I mean, to be honest with you, I could pull this up. To be honest with you, and I could pull this up, right? You got to understand the reason Mike Brown got hired. Like, a lot of you guys think like I don't know LeBron. Like, I've watched LeBron play my whole life. Like, I could literally tell you LeBron's first game. I could tell you the stuff, and I'm gonna do these videos later. But like, y'all don't even, not y'all, but majority of the people that are LeBron fans, they don't even know the narratives that they were saying about him when he was in high school. Like, I could play the games back then with the narrative and say, is he gonna get bigger? He's already so big. Can he get bigger? The only thing we gotta worry about this guy is, does he want to be the best? This like, bruh. So I've literally seen everything, right? So there's even stuff which is funny. Like, if you really try to find a lot of his stuff from his early years, you can't even find it anymore on the internet because they've tried to scrape a lot of this stuff off. Because a lot of people think it just started in 2012. No. This is almost a 10 years, you know what I'm saying, thing. So I don't just be talking. Like, I know what I'm saying. But anyways, back to what I'm saying. You can go back to LeBron's first game of his career against the Kings. I don't remember the timestamp of when it is, but Paul Silas was LeBron's first coach, right, on the Cavs. And the thing with Paul Silas is Paul Silas put the ball in LeBron's hands because dribbling was the weakest part of his game. That's another reason why I laugh. Dribbling and shooting were the weakest parts of his game. My bad, chat. Let me cook up and then I'll read these. That's why I laugh when they say he had a bag. Because Paul Silas literally says it, and they say it in game 1 against the Kings when he played. I'm putting the ball in his hands because that's the weakest part of his game, and I need him to get comfortable dribbling the ball. I need him to get comfortable with the ball in his hands. That and shooting was the weakest part. That's why his rookie year, when he shot so bad, like, I'll pull up the stats, but I want to say out of shooting, like qualifying, I want to say he was second to last. It was really bad. Even his finishing in the paint was bad. He shot 20 times to score 19 points. 20 times. He should score 19 points. But anyways, that's a story for a different day. He might have scored 20 points. 20 times to score 20 points. That's just with free throws. So that's just a example. Anyways, my bad. Back to what I was saying, though. They hired Brown to teach LeBron how to play defense. Yes, LeBron had to put in the work to play defense, but that is why they hired Mike Brown, to make LeBron be more of a defensive player, because LeBron used to not play defense. It was bad. I mean, his on ball is still not the best, but it was really, 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 really bad. Because back then at the time also, a lot of superstars did not play defense. So he kind of was taking that motto. But still is weak. Imagine LeBron. Yeah, Braun had good defense. Back, the teams in the East were below. No, they were. And the East kept losing to the West head-to-head matchups. Like, if you took all the games for the East teams that played the West teams for the 15 years LeBron was in the East, 14 years, the East only beat the West one time. And that was, I want to say, 2008 when the Celtics won the finals. My bad. I got 24 messages. Let me keep up. I'm so sorry, y'all. My bad. Hold up, my fault. I'm so sorry, y'all. Holy cow, my bad. Mike Brown tried to run the Spurs offense against him. I'll talk about what happened with that here in 1 second. I got to catch up. I'm sorry. I'll talk about that. Just write that again if I forget it. I think we are underselling this team. If KG and Perkins don't get hurt, they have a chance. Okay, hold on. Wait. Hold on. I need to get the soundboard where it goes like, where you get like the little record scratching. You can say that. You can 100% say that. If I think we're underselling this team, if KG and Perkins don't get hurt, they have a chance to be. You can say that, but we can say the same thing about Kobe, right? Because I don't know if you realize, yes, Trevor Ariza played in the finals, but he was coming back from injury. He didn't play the entire playoffs. So even though you have Trevor Ariza, he's not in game shape. He's not healthy. If we had a healthy Trevor Ariza, and then mind you, they didn't even have Andrew Bynum. Time was hurt. Even when they won the finals, brother, Bynum was hurt. They didn't even get a full Bynum. So imagine if Bynum was healthy both times, Trevor Ariza's healthy, you could say the same thing. At the end of the day, and I say this to this day about both of the whole thing on the Lakers-Celtics series, especially in 10 when the Lakers won. All those games was trash, 1 through 6. Those were trash games. All those games were blowouts. You can look at the score right now. 1 through 6 was blowouts. Whoever won blew the team out. The only game that was good was Game 7. That series really was hyped up. The only good game in that series was Game 7. The healthier team won at the end of the day, both times. And 2008, I don't even want to say the healthier team, because the Celtics they were more meaner than the Lakers. This 2008 Celtics team dog walked the Lakers. Kobe was the only one. And you go back to it when it was all the Celtics in Kobe's face, when they was talking trash to Kobe and Kobe was talking trash to them, and no other Laker went over there. That's when I seen all I needed to know. They were more meaner than the Lakers. Pau Gasol got punked so bad this finals, bruh. They were just more meaner. Kobe didn't put the dog in them yet. Kobe had to put dog in the Lakers. That's why the Lakers was able to win, able to come back in Game 7 and win. Sasha Vujacic didn't shoot. Sasha Vujacic came off the bench to make the game-winning free throws. But my fault. But Braun and Cavs was supposed to beat the Celtics. And they were, but LeBron quit. LeBron had his mind on Miami already. They were a super team. They just weren't dominant. Battle the Spurs, won. You're talking about the last stretch of their careers. Exactly. This wasn't a super team. 8 Milk. Thank you for the follow. Paul Pierce had 41. He was balling. He knew how to score. He knew how to score on LeBron. Yo, caught you live and watching videos. Hey, love and respect at the end of the day, my brother. Thank you. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful. I don't think Ray Allen was NBA first team after 2008, now that I think about it. No, bro. Like, even then, like, we got to understand, like, Paul Pierce, I don't want to say he was the main focal point of the offense. But, yeah, after 09, like the 09 when KG got hurt, Paul Pierce became the focal point of the offense, yeah. But it wasn't like he was playing on a superstar level. 3 All-Stars don't make you a super team. The 2000 Mavs had 3 All-Stars, for example. That's what I'm saying. Bro, the Pistons had 4 All-Stars that one year. They weren't a super team. Rondo, bro, what did Rondo do? Rondo averaged 10 points in the championship year. He averaged 10 points, my brother. Like, Rondo averaged 10 points. And then the year after, he averaged 11.9. I'll give him 12. if you have 3 or more All-Stars on the team, that's a superstar. My opinion is not, though, Tate, because my thing is a superstar, super team, you need 3 superstar players in their prime. I'll even say 2 at a point, depending on who the 2 superstars are. But it's 3 or more, but it's 3 superstars filled with role players, right? Like, that's why I say the Heat Big 3 was a super team, because D Wade and LeBron finished top 10 in MVP voting 3 out of 4 years. They had an all-star caliber player in Chris Bosh. They had a role player to shoot threes in Mike Miller, Shane Battier, and Ray Allen. They had Shane Battier, who was their defensive guy. They had a lob threat and a rebounder to guard the bigs and Birdman, and they had the players to play their roles. I forget the other guards, like Mario Chalmers, dribble the ball, keep the pace. Like, bro, that's a super team. That's a super team. The West is still winning even now. No, they are. So the Mavs, Kings, Pistons, Suns were all super teams. If you want to consider those teams, are you talking to Tay? Thank you guys for the likes. Dang, you almost gave me 2K likes. That's love, bro. That's love. Thank you guys. Whole life, literally, LOL. Been watching LeBron Elementary. Yeah, bro. People didn't know he had games on pay-per-view. Yes, Suns, especially if they're perennial all-stars. See, and hey, like I said, I like this convo right here. I know I'm talking, but y'all having convos within convos, and y'all are giving reasons to why you feel the reason why you feel that way. That's awesome. I like to see that. I like to see that a lot, and that's what it's supposed to be, right? I don't care what your opinion is, right? I respect your opinion as long as you can come in and say why you feel that way, right? Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's subjective all the way. I'm just telling you guys why I feel this way. I'm listening to why you guys are telling me you feel this way, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what we here for, to talk, hang out, and chill. So let's get it. LeBron never could dribble and always travels. His fundamentals with dribbling is lacking, and you kind of see it when he's older now, but he relied a little bit too much on his strength, athleticism, and speed. I will say that when he can get to the restricted zone, and I've always said it, he's one of the superior finishers in the restricted zone. Like, I can't hate on that. You guys say I hate. So for everybody to say I'd never say anything good about him, well, hear me say something good about him. He is superior at finishing in the restricted zone, the paint. He's one of the best ever. And he knows that. Everybody knows that. That's why when you defend him, especially in those earlier years, they built the wall. Why? Because we cannot let this guy get into the restricted zone, because once he gets into the restricted zone, he's going to bulldoze over all of us, and we're going to get shoulders into our chest, and we're going to be getting the wind knocked out of us, and he's going to just dunk and finish somehow, some way. We don't know how, but he's going to finish. Like, that is the one thing I will say. And that's why when you look at what made him struggle, he relied on that too much, because when they made him shoot, it was too hard, because he was so accustomed to being able to get to the rim, being able to get these free throws, being able to get 90 free throws in a series. I can do this. I'm going to get the call, which I'm going to do a video of some crazy calls tomorrow. I'm going to post it. Some crazy calls he used to get. I'm going to post that. I'm going to post that tomorrow. I found a video I could do a reaction to on that. Let's talk about it. Yes. Okay. LeBron never could dribble. Even though it was weak, he still was averaging 27 in that era. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. Bynum was never 100%. Mike Brown made the Cavs the top. No, he did. Mike Brown changed that Cavs whole defensive identity. 2010 finals was the slugfest. Only 6 games are blowouts. Only game 6 are blowouts. That's what I'm saying. The majority of that was blowouts, in my opinion. Never and always minute restriction. I'll be 3 superstars, 3 perennial all-stars in their prime. I mean, both equate to a super team. Any arguments that we bring up, LeBron stands are going to say, well, this other player did it too. No, they do, because there's no accountability. And that's one of the things I do want to say, right? Like, hold on, let me read all these really quick. My bad, y'all. My bad. Let me read all that. Yo, Ren, what's up, bro? I do see your comments a lot of the times. I'll try to get to y'all comments, but I do see you be spitting some truth in the comments. So shout out to you. Well, other players ain't claiming to be the GOAT. The Cavs were a better defense in the finals in 2008. No, they were. And the thing with the Cavs too is people don't understand. Black Sonic, is the Cavs outscored the Celtics in that series. They did. The Cavs outscored the Celtics in that playoff series. Not the finals. I mean, against the Celtics. No. I know what you're saying. Rondo averaged 10 points in the 08 when they won. So that's why I'm not even considering Rondo, because it's like he wasn't an all-star. He wasn't playing at a superstar level yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like one of those. needed video on crying on no calls too. I'll do that. But no, I found somewhere he's getting some crazy calls. Yo, Success, what's up, bro? It's just Bron missed critical shots. No, it is. He missed critical shots. He had his most, and this is the thing too, where when I put up the Maverick series, it was this week. I want to say it was Monday, Tuesday. It was like 2-3 days ago, whatever. Because I was reading some of the stuff you were saying, Success. And he had a lot of missed shots, but the thing people don't understand, and when they try to say Kobe 04 was just as bad as LeBron's, no, it wasn't. And it wasn't even off of, yes, Kobe had a horrendous finals in 04. He did. It was bad. It was really bad. But the thing about that is, and you can say I'm moving the goalpost, but I'm not. Kobe just shot bad, bruh. That's it. He didn't forget how to play basketball. He even had a game where he won them the series, right? I mean, not the series. He had a game where he won them the game. I think it was what game? Forget. But he won them one of those games. I'd have to go back and look in the finals, right? It was game 2. Okay, thank you, Sonic. It was game 2. My thing about LeBron, what is so different than that, you cannot compare Kobe's finals to LeBron, is LeBron forgot how to play basketball. He wasn't shooting. He was turning the ball over. He was passive. He was airballing. He was sweating bullets. Yeah, you could talk about he scored 17. Yes, Kobe scored, 22, 24. But it is how he played, how he turned the ball over, how he shrunk. Like he literally went ghost. He disappeared, bro. You've never in your life can tell me another superstar player that just wet the bed. And my whole thing about that is too, my bad, let me read the comments. I'm so sorry. Yo, Black Sonic, I do like your content too, bro. I'll be catching you. You're one of those names I see time to time when I be watching some stuff. I do, you be talking some good stuff. So thanks for coming by. Appreciate you. Scotty Too Hottie, MJ's first round opponents were tougher than Bron's. Yeah, but people don't like to talk about that. People say that Pau Gasol was the best second option in the league in 08. And that's tough for people to say that. They just, like, that's the thing that people don't understand about Kobe's dominance. All Kobe needed, I need to get water here in a second, guys. Hey, for real, everybody in the live, I'm going to keep talking about everybody in the live. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really didn't think people was going to show up. This is actually pretty cool. I was actually low-key kind of nervous. I was like, should I go live? I don't know. But yeah, this is dope. This is dope. But yeah, people don't understand, like, all Kobe needed to win was one person to play defense, like guard ball, right? He just needed somebody else to guard ball with him because Kobe could guard if he had to. He just needed somebody else to play defense and a three-point shooter that he could throw the ball to when he's getting double and triple teamed if he had to. That's all he needed. When he got Pau Gasol in 08, everything changed, bro. He didn't have Andrew Bynum or Ariza. He beat the Spurs team that literally won the finals, swept LeBron without these guys. Literally got Gasol midway through the season. Like, people don't talk about that, bro. And, like, people don't understand. Pau Gasol got better playing with Kobe. Like, Pau Gasol had one NBA All-Star appearance. I think he maybe won Rookie of the Year. And he went to the playoffs once and got swept. So Pau Gasol was in Memphis 7 years. So you mean to tell me Pau Gasol, 7-year Memphis, first, second option is better than Pau Gasol in the Lakers? No. Pau Gasol didn't even average a double-double till he got on the Lakers, I believe. I could be wrong on that if somebody want to stat check me. This is just off the top of my head of what I remember from looking up. But don't quote me on that. Bron folded. He did, and that's the thing what people don't also understand. 08, 09, and 010, he folded. Even in 07, bro. Because if you go back to game 1 in the finals, in the first quarter, the Cavs are down by 5 points. LeBron has no field goals made. Going into halftime, the Cavs are down by 5 points. LeBron has no field goals made. LeBron was getting guarded by Bruce Bowen, ISO, the entire game. The only time the Spurs came up to guard LeBron was a hedge, and they literally went right back to the paint. The only time LeBron got doubled is when he went to the paint. And they said, if you're going to beat us, LeBron, you're going to beat us shooting. And if you even go back to LeBron's rookie year, that was his biggest complaint. That was his biggest complaint his rookie year. They're making me be a jump shooter. Why are you not giving me calls? I'd average 25 points if I went to the free throw line more. You can look this up. You can look this up. He said it. I would average more than I would have averaged 25 if I had got more calls. I don't think it's fair that they are forcing me to shoot jump shots because they know that's the weakest part of my game. I'll post an article of it. I'll find it. And then the next year, don't even get me started how the rules changed the next year to take out the block. Because if he had the block there still, which we see in FIBA play, no. Don't get me started on that. But if you look at the Celtics 2010, when they got eliminated, I want to say he had, 9, 10 turnovers that game? I want to say. I could be wrong. In the Magic series, guys, he gave up double-digit leads. I want to say the first 3 games. I know for a fact. He probably gave up more than 3 double-digit leads that series. But at the same time, LeBron had half of his turnovers that series in the fourth quarter. He had 14 turnovers that series. I'm sorry. He had 13, 14 turnovers in the fourth quarter, and he had 25 in the series. I could be wrong. I got to look that up. But it was 13, 14 in the fourth. Pau Gasol gets overrated to slander. Yeah, I feel that way about Tim Duncan too, that Tim Duncan gets slandered. Tim Duncan gets overrated to slander Kobe's legacy. Because we could talk about FIBA play with Tim Duncan when Tim Duncan got that bronze. And then he started, like I say, I'll say this to this day. You don't hear Tim Duncan say anything. Tim Duncan is stoic. Tim Duncan literally said FIBA is trash. FIBA stinks. You could Google that. Tim Duncan, FIBA stinks. Tim Duncan got so mad at FIBA because how he wasn't getting calls and how they were defending him. You could even look at the Redeem team. They asked Tim Duncan if he wanted to go on the team. He said he's retired. I'm not going back. FIBA stinks. He said it. And I want to say he was a number 1 seed at a point in time and lost to Memphis. I could be wrong on that, but I think they did. I think he did lose at number 1 seed. My fault. No lies. MJ never had a bad finals. MJ never had a bad finals, and I want to say in the finals that MJ played, he was the leading scorer I think he only wasn't the leading scorer in 3 games, maybe 2-3 games. Somebody was the leading scorer in the finals besides Jordan. That's it. Some act like Powell was what he was before the Lakers. Facts. No, Kobe had to put dog in him. My bad, y'all. I gotta catch up. My fault. I'm learning. I gotta learn how to get better at this live talking, reading chat. My bad. Basketball talk is so bad with defense of Bron and lies of other players. Yeah, because he ball watches a lot. And he wants to play help defense so much. My whole thing about this too, right? Where they talk about how LeBron's help defense is so goated. Why was when he went back to the Cleveland Cavaliers the second time? Why was it not elite defense? They didn't have elite defenses on those Cavs teams. If LeBron's help defense is that superior and that great, why didn't it translate when he left Miami and went to the Cavs? We can look at the numbers on those. Kobe was engaged still. LeBron wasn't trying. That's the difference. No, yeah, that too. Every time you see Kobe pull his pants up, that's when you knew he was playing real defense. Jordan faced 3 championship contenders in the first round from 85 to 87 while LeBron played the Wizards. Yeah, no, that's facts. For real. Yo, Gabi, for the follow. Thank you. LeBron ain't built for the playoffs, finals, only in a season. Yeah, if he I don't want to say it, but, Kobe said himself that he's the reason why they lost. In 04? Yeah, he shot bad. Kobe shot real bad in 04. He shot horrendous. I want to say that's his only finals where he had a negative plus minus. I forget. It was negative 56, 46. Somebody wants to check. But yeah, Kobe's finals plus minus in 04 was negative. That was horrendous. It was bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Success. You did tell me to go live. I think I can do I don't know how to do that. You would have to tell me how to do a panel. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how to. I'm new to this, bro. I'm new. So you would have to tell me if you know how to do it, or if anybody knows how to do that. Yeah, you got to do panel that part. Powell got 1 All-Star and went to the playoffs 4 times, never won a playoff game. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, you're right. And he wasn't Rookie of the Year. Okay, I thought he was a Rookie of the Year, but no, he wasn't. Okay. Powell got 1 All-Star. Yeah, no, that I do know he had the 1 All-Star. Some act like Powell was what he was. In the 08 Western Conference Finals, by the way, Pau Gasol played worse than Drew Gooden from 07 Finals. Sheesh. Gasol never even won a playoff. Facts. No, fact. That's what I'm saying, bro. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong when I say this about Powell. Kobe and Powell needed each other. To win that finals, Kobe does not win those finals without Powell. Kobe needed a big. He needed a big. Kobe and Powell had their growing pains, but Kobe needed Powell too. I'm not gonna sit there and say like Powell wasn't nothing. But yes, Kobe made Powell better. Powell made Kobe a better teammate, like if we being honest, because Kobe had to teach them how to win. Kobe had to, started from the bottom with them. He had to teach them how to be winners. You know what I'm saying? Besides Derek Fisher, but he had to teach them how to win. Gang is cooking. Hey, I appreciate that. Gasol only went to the playoffs 3 times, not 4 before Kobe. Let's talk about it. Oh, okay. Me and you got to talk about 2010 LeBron and how he took. He did, but my thing about it is now that we know that he wanted to go to Miami already, how do we not know that he just did that because he wanted to go on vacation? Because this is the two things, and people could say it's a conspiracy, whatever you want. He knew that when he was in 2009, if he had won the Magic, he knew he would have played Kobe in the finals after Game 5. I think it was Game 5 going into Game 6. Because there was a day off. I'll pull the dates up here in a second, but there was like a day off. And that was when the Lakers played, how you switch, you know what I'm saying? The East plays one day, and then the West plays the next day. You know what I'm talking about? They was up 2-1 in Game 4 and Game 5 and Game 6. No, but you know what I'm saying? In 2009, when it was in the Magic, that's what I'm saying. He knew he would have played Kobe if he had won, and then all of a sudden he played bad. Game 5, he played really good. Game 6, he plays really, 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 really bad. And this is the same thing that happened in 2010. He played really, 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 really bad once he knew that Kobe was going to the finals. Because what you guys don't realize, and I put this in my videos, I was trying to drop some gems to see if anybody peeped game, how Nike and how the media used to talk about Kobe and how they used to talk about LeBron James. Nike, guys, Nike. I'm going to say it one more time. Nike was making those Kobe LeBron videos. This is Nike. Those are real videos. A lot of fans don't even know those are like Nike made those videos. Those are real. Nike was clowning LeBron in a lot of those videos. You can't win, bro. You got no rings. Do you guys not think and I like to make stuff to make people think. Do you guys not think that if Kobe had a beat, they were endorsing Kobe and LeBron finals with those puppets? Do you not think that Nike would have made a commercial with whoever had won? If Kobe had lost, if LeBron had lost, do you not think they would have made a commercial of that? Somebody would have got made fun of. Somebody would have got made fun of in that commercial. And I'm not saying that's what happened. Who knows? I'm just saying, think about it. That's just all I'm saying. It's just speculation, right? Yeah, he said he messed up, not going. I have it in the video. He said it. I didn't do my job. Kobe did his job. I didn't do my part. And that's why I say, just think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? The team that choked World with the upset. Because they did, bro. You know how much money that would have made? How much that would have brought to basketball itself? That would have been a worldwide. Bro, to be honest with you, if we had got a Kobe LeBron finals, that finals would get talked about to this day. And that's another thing, too, that you guys don't want to hear, but I'll use football for a perfect example. I'm going to use football for a perfect example. You want to know why Tom Brady will be considered the GOAT of football? And you want to know why Pat Mahomes will never be able to pass Tom Brady up? I think you guys know where I'm getting at with this. There is one reason Pat Mahomes can win 6 Super Bowls. He will never pass Tom Brady up. Tom Brady got that Super Bowl win over Patty. Solidified, justified, solidified. Can't do nothing. Can't do nothing to pass Brady. Can't do nothing. Brady got 6 rings and he beat Pat Mahomes. So let's go back to basketball. You know that at this point in time, they were already calling LeBron a choke artist. They were calling LeBron, oh, I'm bad. I knew somebody was going to correct me. 7. That's why, hey, that's why I talk basketball. That's why I talk basketball. But thank you for the correction. Thank you. But anyways, to the thing. You got to realize LeBron wasn't an established name yet. LeBron wasn't an established name yet, right? They were making fun of this man for losing. So if he loses to Kobe, do you know how bad that would have tarnished his career and how much more he would have had to dig up? Like, do not get me wrong. I'm going to say this. He did a lot. LeBron did a lot to make up for his early shortcomings because he had to. Like, he like, there's no way, like, he had to. Like, like, my thing is this, guys, and I say it. 07, he could have won. He lost the last 2 games by less than 5 points combined. Like, one was by 3 points and another was by 2 points. Like, we can go back and look. Like, we can go, let me see. 07, right? No, come on, bruh. What are you doing? You had it right there. All right. So, sitting here tripping out. Stupid internet. Okay. So, they lost this one. This one was bad. Like I said, LeBron didn't. He went in halftime. They were down by 10 points, and he didn't score a field goal. Like, we could look at this. Game 1, going into half, it was, look at that. So they're down by 5 going into half. It's 40-35 going into half. They're down by 5 points. LeBron is 0 for 7 at half. No field goals. 0 for 7, and the Cavs are down by 5 against the Spurs. But he has no hope. So how are they just down by 5? If this man is just, yeah, he has 4 free throws. Cool. It's not like he doesn't have any points, right? He has 4 points. So cool. He has 4 points. That's my whole thing. For everybody to say he had no help, it's like, dog, they're down by 5. He had no points. No field goals. I'm sorry. He had no field goals. He had 4 points by free throws, right? And so, yeah, cool. They lost this one by 10 points or 11 points, whatever. All right, cool. They lost game 4 by 1 point. Literally 1 point. 1 point. 1 point. They lost game 3 by 3 points. Like, I'm not trying to hear, hey, gang, got to connect with the homie Mez. I follow him. I watch Mez. I follow him. He's a cool dude. I follow him. I know who that is. I watch his lives from time to time. I just think me and him are on different schedules. That's why I've never caught him. But no, he's a good dude. He knows his ball. He's real knowledgeable. Love the humiliation of LeBron, by the way. Hey, everybody says humiliation. They say, I just post what I see that I don't see people talking about. That's just how. Yo, what's good, Flight? What's good, bro? What's good? LeBron never got better at shooting. He just got more comfortable. Yo, so the thing about it is, and I will say this, he did put in work at his shooting. He did, right? Like, he got better at shooting because he did realize, like, yo, if I want to win a championship, I can't shoot. I got to shoot somewhat. Now, he did shoot below average. And the thing is, yo, Triz, my guy, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? What's up? I was sitting there pointing to your name right there. I got to remember the cameras right here. He realized, like, I got to be, like, he's in a below, like, he's not an average shooter. He's not. He's below average still, but he realized, like, if I surround myself with people that can shoot and make up for my inability to shoot, and I can shoot below average to where I can make them to where you can't leave me open, then we'll be okay, right? Like, I got to make them to where you just can't leave me open. That's where I got to make them at, even if it's below. Because the thing with Heat LeBron, right, and people can say whatever they want to say, but I'll go to battle with this the whole time. I have a screenshot of it, but it's not in here. I'd have to go look for it, but this is why I say I'll go to battle for the proof. He was scoring them. This is where the efficiency came up, right? Because a lot of people don't realize he was shooting bad those first 7 years. So he had to get his efficiency up. Yo, Triz, thank you for sharing the live. He was scoring in the paint in the Heat days. He was scoring in a restricted zone. He was a post player. They were talking about, oh, LeBron's not missing any shots. His efficiency is this game. His efficiency is that. That's why I say to this day, like, he's one of the best at scoring in the restricted zone because that's where he was scoring at, right? But his Heat days was his athletic prime. That was his peak, yes. But his Heat days, he couldn't shoot like, he's a better shooter now than he was in his Heat days, right? If that makes sense, if you get what I'm saying. He couldn't shoot back then because I don't want to say he wasn't trying to shoot, but he wasn't really relying to shoot, especially when he had Ray Allen. Like, bro, I forget what series it was, but it was like game 3 against the Pacers, that one game where Ray Allen hit like the last 14. He made the last 14 points for him to close out the game. Like when he had Ray Allen and them, and they were hitting Mike Miller, bro. When Ray Allen, especially when Ray Allen and Mike Miller were hitting shots, he wasn't worried about, oh, I need to hit threes. No, Rondo. Again, the topic was to tell me how this was a super team. We talking, comments and everything, but the topic was why this was a super team. I say it's not a super team, but Rondo, when they won the finals, only averaged 10 points, my G. So it's not like Rondo was playing at a Hall of Fame level. He wasn't playing at a superstar level. He averaged 10 points, and then the next year he averaged 11.2. My fault. Let me read these comments. My bad, y'all. My bad. LeBron stands hate facts. No, they do. They make excuses. And when you give them facts, they make excuses. One of the best Kobe and LeBron games to watch is Team USA. No, it is. That's a good, all them games is, man. Them was great basketball. Dominance. That was dominance. Man, it's going to be a long time before we see Team USA basketball dominate like that. Dominated, man. Go to shot finder and click the fourth option and then go down to jump shot filter and do jump shots. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna do that here in 1 sec. Bron ducked Kobe because he was gonna dissect LeBron so much. No, it was, and that was the thing. A lot of people, like I said, his on-ball defense was never that. Dang, I'm out of water. Holy chill. All right, I'm about to get water here in a second. My bad. Yo, what's good, Am1? What's good, bro? What's good? How you doing, bro? How's everything? He beat LeBron Heat in game 1 with a broken arm. Don't forget that, y'all. Why was Lance Stevenson taken out for the fourth quarter when he was cooking? I mean, who knows, bro? Who knows? My thing, too, even if you go back to the Mavs finals, right? I'll argue this with people to this day. People don't understand that if you really look at, like, those first 2 games, right? D-Wade, I'll say to this day, man, if the Mavs had have lost to the Heat, D-Wade probably was going to win Finals MVP. I'm not saying he would have. I'm just saying he probably was going to. It is, you know what I'm saying? Hearsay, who knows? But I'm just saying Wade was on his way to winning Finals MVP. So do you know how bad that would have also been narrative-wise that LeBron wins his first championship ring, but D-Wade wins his second Finals MVP. All of a sudden, he started playing bad. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just saying, that's just me. He said, what's the topic? The topic is so everybody in the comments on this was saying that the Celtics was a super team, right? So I'm just basically saying, tell me how this is a super team, and I'll tell you my reasons to why I feel this is not a super team, right? That's just me, in my opinion, why I feel it's not a super team. Like I said, nobody on this team was in their prime. For anybody that want to chime in on this, nobody was. Like I said, I'll give you 08 Kevin Garnett, right? I'll give you 08. Kevin Garnett had the 1 year in his prime. He was Defensive Player of the Year that year, and he finished, I'm pretty sure it was top 3 in MVP voting. I know it was top 5, but I want to say it was top 3. Ray Allen, severely underrated. I mean, it's cool you say he's underrated, but who was playing at a superstar level? That is the thing, right? Yo, Tony, what's good, bro? What's good, bro? My fault, Tony. I just saw the name. I didn't look at the picture. What's good, bro? What's good? Tony, another one here that's good to talk ball with in the comments when I can. One of the, yo, Wizzo, my dog. What's good, bro? What's good, bro? What's good? But yeah, Tony's another good one. I like to try to reply to the comments when I can, when I'm not getting bombarded with a whole bunch of them. He said that boy won a chip in Miami and Boston. Right. Yeah, he won a chip as a role player, though. He didn't win it as like the superstar, or not even necessarily the superstar of the team, but just being a superstar. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Just talking basketball with you guys, talking sports with you guys. Right now, I mean, the topic was to tell me how this was a super team, but really, I'm down to talk whatever you guys have questions for. So we can talk about whatever, really. Just reading the comments and stuff. It's whatever. Overrated is really a backseat rider. My thing about it is, like, I just feel the system that he runs, he has to have the ball run through him to be I don't want to necessarily say win, but to maximize LeBron when he's on the court, you have to give him the ball. Even though it makes you worse as a team, to maximize what he can do, he has to have the ball. As you saw, when he's shooting and the shots don't go, it's just bad. And when he has the ball, it's bad. Like, I could look when they got Luka, right? And when he was the leading scorer, the Lakers lost more times than they won. Like, this year, they have won every game. LeBron's not the leading scorer. Once he starts getting to his ways where he's like, look, I need the ball. I need the ball. I need the ball. I'm tired of this. My stats, my numbers, my per game averages. I need this. They're dropping. I need a ball to get my numbers back. Because with LeBron's ball in the hands, he can get his numbers. He knows how to, and I'm not even saying it because Paul Pierce said this, but he knows how to get his numbers with the ball in his hand. Even with these assists right now, if you look how he's getting assists, he's quick passing to make you shoot. When he threw the ball to Dalton Connect, I pass you the ball, you shoot. He knows he fundamentally knows how to do that. He knows how to read the game. He knows how to read the court to where, okay, he's gonna be here. I'll pass it to him right here, he'll shoot it. He knows that. He's an intelligent player. Like, we're not going to sit here and say he doesn't have the fundamentals. He mentally has the fundamentals down of the game of basketball. Hold on, let me read this right quick. My bad. I see 10 messages down. Wade was better than Bron before Bron then went to Miami and took his MVP. Yeah, everybody got nerfed when LeBron got there, bro. Dang, guys. Hold on. That boy won chip in Miami. Up until they won their first ring, Wade was more accomplished between the two. Nobody in Boston averaged 20. He can't play off. No, he can't play off ball at all. He never has been. And that even showed in Team USA, bro. Like, bruh, that's why Halliburton didn't get any run. You could have easily swapped Halliburton for LeBron. But you can't have two dudes that can't do anything without having the ball in it. But I mean, Halliburton can shoot threes, so he can shoot threes better than LeBron. So you could put Halliburton off the ball, but I mean, give or take, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are two dudes that you would want to have the ball in their hands. The way he's been pouting lately. No, his body language is saying it. He's doing passive aggressive stuff, bro. He's not like there's too many signs from his body language to where it's telling he's not happy. I'll talk about how he played in the game against the Suns. I got to get water here in a second. I'm talking too much. They literally are the second seed. That's cool, but their offense is not good. They've been playing really bad teams. The two times they played good teams, they've lost. They played OKC, they got dog walked. They played the Suns, they got dog walked. So let's not sit here and say the Lakers have been playing top caliber teams. They haven't. They have not played good teams. This is the reason why you can't build a dynasty around them. No, that's facts. You should have people come up. I don't even know how to do that. I don't think you heard me earlier, Kamani, but Success had said that same thing. I think he was talking about the panel, if I'm right, but I was asking him how to do that. I'm new. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how to do that. Somebody's even requested. I don't even know how. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. I don't know. I'm literally new to this on this. If the Celtics were a big three, Ray Allen would have been on stage with Bosh, Wade, and LeBron. Physical doesn't have the fundamentals. They have to stop. Didn't Bron beat the Celtics big three? Yeah, he beat the Celtics big three when they were like 34, 35, and 32, when they were old and washed. Najee Marshall's his top three player. Not gonna lie, I don't be live, so I don't know either. No, I feel you. All right, yeah, I know some of you guys are going to leave. That is okay. I need to get water. I'll be right back. I need to get water. I'll be back. I will be back. I need water badly. I'll be back. All right, 1 second, y'all. 1 sec. My bad. 1 sec. Take these water bottles. Oh, 1 sec. All right, my bad. I'm back. I had to take a piss. I had to go take a piss too. My fault. All right. So back to this. Let me see. I gotta figure out how to. I can't even see um the like my camera and stuff on the live. I can't even see that. I can't see none of that. What do you say? You don't be live. It says this happened last year. The Lakers looked good in the regular season. No, because also the Lakers defense gets exposed because right now they have 3 guys on the team that really can't play on ball. Yo, Timeless, what's good, bro? What's good? What's good? What is good, bro? How you doing? How is everything? How's your day? How's everything? Thanks for stopping by. I'm not gonna lie, KG and Pierce. I'll throw these in garbage in a second. What does it say? Hold on. Now it's just age. Give Bron his flowers. What do you mean it now it's just age? Bruh. Alone 24 Jose. What are you talking about, bro? He didn't beat these guys until they were Let me ask you this, Jose. Let me ask you this, because I actually do want to entertain this. I want to entertain this because I see you riding meat right now. So tell me, please, first of all, how old these guys were, right? You say age isn't anything. What were they playing at? What level were they playing at? What were they winning? Were they winning any MVP awards and like votes? Were they making all NBA teams at this time? When LeBron finally beat this team, what caliber level were the big 3 Celtics playing in? The best player on the Celtics when LeBron finally beat them was Rajon Rondo. Rondo was the best Celtics. At that time, it was Rondo. And if you forget, D-Wade purposely tried to break Rondo's elbow that series. He did it on purpose. Literally did it on purpose. Everyone's numbers drop with him. No, they do. They drop for a reason. At him, not gonna lie, KG and Paul Pierce, the most annoying Hall of Famers of all time. I mean, that finals in 08 saved all their careers because KG was really getting dog walked in the playoffs every year. Really couldn't even get out of the first round. KG couldn't even get out of the first round. I mean, that's definitely an argument you could. I mean, it's an argument. Kareem got better stats than people think. Let's see. He said, facts still at work waiting on 1 a.m. Nah, I feel you, bro. I bet you clock watching too. I bet you clock watching, my guy. Hopefully work goes smooth for you, bro. Hopefully it ain't too stressful. I'm going to say this because every job got it. Hopefully you ain't got to deal with too much BS for the day, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you ain't got to deal with too much BS. Because I know how that be. He said you got a prime finals MVP as your second option and you happy you beat some players averaging. That's my whole thing, Riverside. Like, I don't understand what he's saying. Like, give him flowers. Bro, they were old and washed. They weren't averaging 20 points. Like, these guys wasn't dropping 25, 30 points. Rajon Rondo was their best player at the time when LeBron finally beat them. They were 2 years removed from the finals. Declined, yes, but not completely lost. Ito Tim. The next year after the finals, we could even use the finals year, right? They didn't have any 20-point scores the first year they went to the finals. The next year, they have one 20-point scorer, Paul Pierce. What is super about this team? What is great about this team? What is this dude? He had the second best player in the East on his team. LeBron did. The second best player in the East, D-Wade. You want to talk about coming off some years? D-Wade just was coming off a scoring title. I'm sorry. I don't want to say it was that year. When was it? It was either 2 years or 3 years before they beat the Celtics team. I know it was within a 2-3 year period, right? That D-Wade had a scoring title. He had the second best player on the East when he finally beat him. I could play you the video where LeBron says it. Yeah, losing to the Celtics made me realize I need superpower. I need firepower. I need firepower if I'm going to win. I need superpower. If I'm going to win, I need the bodies. I need the talent. He literally says it. The Celtics motivated me to show me that. I need to go to Miami, form a super team to win. He says Rondo was cooking them. He had 40 points in one game. He was. That's why D-Wade tried to injure him, bruh. D-Wade tried to break Rondo's elbow. 2004, yeah. And that was the only time he went to the conference finals. Bruh, like I said, before these 3 got together, none of them went to the finals, bruh. They all only went to the conference finals one time. Yo, is my boy in here still? Another one? What did he say? I gotta find the website. Dang, I gotta read the comments too. I know you told me to go to like a jump shot website, but I gotta scroll up. My bad. I gotta read these comments too. My bad. KG was talking crazy. Bro, that's what KG does. Joakim Noah literally told KG, bro, you my favorite player. I idolize you. I had a picture of you on my wall, and KG cussed him out. KG always talks crazy. That was what made KG KG. KG was on the court, and he would dog walk you down. Of course he's going to talk you crazy. That was part of what he did. KG was talking crazy when they was up. Bro, that's cool. LeBron was up against the Celtics 2-1 and blew the lead. These dudes was old at this point in time. I would hope LeBron could finally beat the old Celtics. I would hope. Do you guys see what he's saying in the chat? Like, am I talking crazy right now? Like, I would hope that LeBron, with the best player on the East on his team, with an all-star player Chris Bosh, I would hope, bro. I would hope that LeBron could beat them. Like, I would hope. With Rajon Rondo as their best player at this point in time now, yeah, I would hope. I'm good, man. We chilling. They need to start putting Tim. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. Tim Duncan is not no top 10. No, they don't. No, sir. Bro, I got excuses for everybody but Leb. What you mean I got excuses for everybody? Who you talking to? Me? I got excuses for everybody? What's my excuse? I'll listen to it. Let's talk about it. Not you, let's talk about it, but let's talk about it. What excuse? You just hate LeBron. That's it. It's simple. Bruh. Hold on. I'm going to go back to this. Let me read these. I got 7 real quick. My bad. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still trying to learn. I don't even know. Like, I'm new to this on this. I usually go live on my gaming account, but this is different. I'm using OBS. I don't use OBS because I couldn't use Streamlabs to go live because you have to keep my access on this account on Streamlabs. I have to play games. And if I don't play games on Streamlabs, then I can't keep my access. So I'm using OBS, and this is just all different. Like, I can't even see my face or nothing. I can only see the chat. So I got to figure that out, too. So this is all new. So bear with me. My bad. Dang, 19? Okay, my bad. I'm coming. I'm reading them. D-Wade was not the same. D-Wade was the second. Okay, so always Shiesty. When LeBron teamed up with D-Wade, who was, matter of fact, hold up, bro. Hold on, bro. Hold up. I'm going to do this here in a second. Let me read. Dang, I be getting caught up in what I want to say. D-Wade made All-NBA team, first team in 2010. Facts. And let me read these. I'm reading the chat, y'all. My bad. I am sorry. D-Wade made All-NBA first team in 2010. It was in 08 or 09, I think 09. I'll read these all in a second. We'll look it up and get the numbers. Kobe, KD, Bron, Dwight, and D-Wade made it. I'm going to look it up, Timeless. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Who played the finals 08, 09, 10? Somebody in the chat answer that for him. Facts, I'm with you. The Celtics team was passing teams. Don't know if I'd argue individually points per game. They were a defensive team, too. KG said, Happy Mother's Day to Cat. That we don't got to talk about that, bro. That don't have nothing to do with the topic. That is sad, though. That is sad. Rest in peace to that. That is sad. That's messed up. I would never say that to somebody. Gang said, go to Shot Finder. Okay, yeah. Is he still in here? I wanted to do that. I wanted to finish everything. I wanted to do that when he was in here because I wanted to see who he wanted me to look up. Or Old Malone. Bron had to go to the Heat. No, he did. He said it. We could play. I don't know if I could play that interview, but he did say that. Did bro just say Duncan? He's not. Duncan is not top 10. He's not. Duncan is not top 10. First off, no one did what the overrated did. Did he say Duncan's not 10? Duncan top 5? Nah. I got to do a top 10. Honestly, I got to do a top 10. I got to do a top 10 because right now I can't even argue with those. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be honest. I can't argue with you guys on those right now or debate with you guys on those right now because I don't even have a top 10, right? I do have a top 10, but I can't tell you who my top 10 is and why they are my top 10. So I would need to go and do my research and really do a thorough research of who I have at top 10 and why I have them at top 10, right? Because if I'm going to have a top 10, I need to be able to tell you guys why I have them at a top 10. And right now, I really got to look at it. I really got to think and look at it. So I don't want to just give you one off the top of my head and then not be able to tell you why. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. They put together the Celtics, so bronze finals. Bro, they traded. KG was supposed to go to the Lakers or the Suns. They weren't worried about LeBron. They were worried about Kobe. What did LeBron do for them to be worried about LeBron? Like, do my ears deceive me? Super teams are having players. Hold on, I gotta read these. Holy cow! Where did I mess up? D Wade was the best shooting guard in the East when LeBron joined. D Wade was the best player in the East, besides maybe what? Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard is the only person you can maybe say was better than D Wade at the time in the East. D Wade made the All NBA team, first team before he got with LeBron. Super teams having players averaging Super team averaging 20 points per game. So the comparison already off. That's what I'm saying. Rondo is that guy. He was later on. D Wade was the best shooting guard. Yeah, LeBron James needed help. Jordan doesn't. Ever when numbers drop when playing with LeBron? Facts. Can we request up? I don't know how to do it. Drac. How do you do it? To be honest with you, and I'll take a screenshot for you guys. If you've requested up, I literally can't see my screen. I can't see my screen. The only thing I can see is the chat. It's going yellow. It's going light blue and what is that? Red, like maroon and spinning in a circle. I can't see the screen. So if it's something that I can do that you could tell me that I click, like I said, I normally use Streamlabs and stuff. I'm using OBS right now, so this is all new to me. I can't even see on TikTok, like if it gives you something to click or whatnot. I just see the chat on the right. I'll literally screenshot you if you think I'm trolling you. I'm not trolling you. I'm really not. If I could, I would. If somebody can guide me in the comments how to do it, let me know. Help your boy out if you know how to do it. Teach me. Educate me. No troll. Help me. Like Kevin Hart says, help me. Help me. Help me. But for real, help me. If you know, Jordan didn't need Scotty and Rodman. Stop chatting. I mean, bruh, you in my chat. What would be the point for me to not talk? Wait, are you talking to me? What is the point of me being in the chat if I'm not chatting? Are you talking to him or are you talking to me? Because I'm like, bruh, that's what the point of me being here is, talking basketball. What am I supposed to do? Just be quiet? What? I honestly don't think you're talking to me. I could be wrong, but if you are talking to me, it makes no sense. But I don't think you're talking to me. I could be totally wrong. If you're not talking to me, Ja, I'm sorry. I apologize if you're not. I'm just reading the comments, my brother. Jordan is the GOAT. Jordan doesn't need any help. Facts. LeBron played with the most help and still have it losing. Yeah, he did. Jordan ain't been to the finals without Puppet. I mean, Pippen hasn't been to the finals without Jordan. You could say the same thing. LeBron James is never going to be champions again. Who knows? He might get himself in a crazy situation, bro. What I will say is this, right? Giannis wants to get traded. They might be able to post a deal to where, not saying the Lakers can get Giannis and LeBron. I'm not saying that. To where they can put teams together, because the only way LeBron could get traded, bro, is if they put like 4 teams together with his cap. He's worth $50 million. You can't trade just one team to one team. It's too much money. It's like to make it even maybe balance out. And I don't think he gets traded either, because I think if he gets traded this year, they might be in a luxury and they might have to give something up. I could be wrong. I got to look at how the new CBA is. It's different. I got to look. He said, I guess Pippen or Ramen don't exist. Needed Pippen. He did. Is Kobe. I gotta do a top 10. I can't even tell you who's in my top 10 right now, because I gotta do some research and tell you why I have them where I have them at. So I don't want to put anything right now. I'll do that. I'll try to do it by this weekend. I could be wrong. I don't want to make any promises, but I will try my best for you guys. We got people in here, so you guys asked that. I will try my best to do that. I'll try my best to do that. I don't believe he is. The overrated is not 5. I mean, I don't even, if Curry, honestly, bro, Curry would be at best 10 on my top 10. At best, and that's at best. I don't even think Curry's in my top 10. But at best, if he would be, I would put Curry at 10. At best, for right now. That's just me. Duncan never had average over 22 points per game. Let's see. Won the East in 07, obviously. What was Wade's 2010 record? LeBron stands, doesn't understand the game of basketball IQ. Use TikTok Studio. Oh, Tony knows. All right. So you say, use TikTok Studio. It's mad simple. Download TikTok Studio. Okay. But are you, how do I put people up, though? Do you know how to do that, Tony, by chance? Because people are saying, like, when I go to TikTok Studio, do you know what to do from that part? He's not talking to you. Okay, bet. No, and like I said, I apologize. I didn't know if he was talking to me or not. I apologize to him already. No bad blood, all love over here. I didn't know how many Hall of Famers Jordan play in the finals. He only played Hall of Famers. How can you think someone is good that still travels every game? 23 years, develop dribbling. You a casual. You yapping about this dude finna find a way to leave LeBron. No. He's in the top 10. LeBron is in the top 10. LeBron's in the top 10. You need more time going live, maybe. No. I'm not using TikTok live right now, Super Gamer. I was asking him what to do because I normally used Streamlabs, but to use Streamlabs, I have to game. So I use Streamlabs when I have another account I do gaming on. So I use Streamlabs when I'm on my gaming account because I wanted the camera up to be able to like use this stuff to where you guys could like see, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like this. I wanted to go to the awards, but this was originally what was up. Yo, thank you for bringing reason back to basketball. Yo, Rev, I try to bring context. Yo, so everybody that's in here, right? Yo, Smoke, what's good, bro? Everybody that's in here, right? At the end of the day, the community I'm trying to build in here, and I'm gonna say it when I go live too, because I see people be talking crazy in people's lives, bro, like cussing people out. At the end of the day, we all just want a spot to hang out, right? We just want a spot to hang out, talk sports, chill, right? Like what's better than talking sports and hanging out, right? I don't care what your opinion is. I just care if you have a how do I say this nicely? If you can back up what you're saying with a reason, I respect that more than just saying just cuz. Like, okay, look, you can say my content is trash, right? I promise you that is not gonna hurt my feelings or make me mad. What will make me mad is if you can't tell me why you feel my content is trash. That'll make me mad. Okay, cool. It's trash. Why? Why do you feel it's trash? Why? Whatever you feel you want to say upon, just tell me why you feel that way, and we'll talk about that. Let's talk, right? Because it's all subjective at the end of the day. Nobody is fully right. And I'm glad he said this, right? Your content is just LeBron hate. Every video, no variety. So elaborate on what the hate is. Everybody that says I'm a LeBron hater, elaborate. Please tell me what the hate is. Because this is the thing, and I wanted to get back to this earlier, and I'm so glad he said this. For everybody in the chat, you can go to my videos right now, right? Tell me comments. Look, bruh, I'm not talking about comments. I respond to the comments, bruh, because y'all engaging with me, I'm engaging with y'all, right? It's conversation at the end of the day in the comments. Tell me in a video I have made where I have said LeBron is trash. I said LeBron is not a good player. I said LeBron was anything horrendous. Oh, my watch about to die. Anything horrendous where I said he's just bad. Anything. He's garbage, terrible, not top 10, not Hall of Famer. Anything where I'm tarnishing his name down, like degrading him. You have never heard me in a video say that. You can't say I hate him because he said, bro, you was laughing at LeBron for having a temper tantrum for not getting a foul. That's hate. All right, I'm gonna sit up really quick. And I'm gonna act like I didn't just read that. All right. I had to clear my eyes. I think my eyes was deceiving me. He said, because I found it entertaining and laughed that this man threw a grown adult through a temper tantrum and went on his whole knees and started pounding the ground to the fact that he didn't get a foul call. That's me hating. Did he miss the shot? Did he go to the ground? Was he having a temper tantrum? Yes, yes, yes. That is hilarious. Bro, Patrick Beverly then took the camera from the cameraman and got a technical foul, showing it to the ref. That is hilarious. You say that's hating? That is hilarious. Every sequence that followed that, that's not hating. That I'm showing you something that's funny. Where's the hate? You can't even tell me. Cool, it's a clear foul. Fouls get missed. Bruh, this is basketball. They call fouls that are not fouls, and they miss calls all the time. I can show you plenty of videos, which I'm going to make tomorrow. I'm going to make a video of me reacting to a video tomorrow. I didn't make the video. I'm reacting to the video that LeBron is getting ghost calls. Literally getting ghost calls. You know how many ghost calls he's gotten, and you're going to sit here and tell me that's hating because I post a video of one of the few times he's not getting the call? What? Even if it was a foul. Dang. But you saying that's hating? What? He said Bron and MJ are GOATs. Just respect both. Bruh, you the only one saying I hate LeBron. I've never. Do you know what's so funny about this? And I want to say this about the 31 people in here. I think you guys maybe know who my favorite player is. Maybe. I'm pretty sure you guys know my favorite team. I don't even know if you guys know who my favorite team is. You might know who my favorite player is. I don't think you guys know who my favorite team is. Jordan's not my favorite player, by the way. So if anybody says Jordan, it's not Jordan. You guys might know my favorite team. Maybe. But even then, and you guys say I hate LeBron. Like, it makes me laugh every time. Like, he's a LeBron hater. He's a LeBron hater. When did I ever say I hated LeBron? Now, I'm not saying LeBron's my favorite player because he's not. He's not my favorite player. But when did I ever say I hated LeBron? When did I say, y'all said I hated LeBron? I ain't never said I hated LeBron. Now I may hate him. This is here nor there. But I may like him. But I also may not like him. But my thing is, you can't show me saying this. That's my point. That's what I'm cooking up at. Nah, bro, you spin facts every time. I try, bro. I try to spit facts. I try to only talk about factual things that I could prove. If I don't know it, I'm not going to speak on it. There's some players I didn't watch. If I didn't watch them like way back then, like all them like 70s, I watched some 80s, but not like that. I can't, like, I only speak on what I know of what I saw from that time, those eras, from what I've researched, what I've looked at. You can watch, like how people watch TVs and people watch movies and stuff like that. I do that with games. I watch basketball games. I watch boxing. Like, I'll watch fights, bro, whole fights. Like, I watch 3-4 fights a day. I watch 3-4 games a day. Like, it just depends what I'm doing. But I watch games, go back and watch games. What I say, and a lot of people don't do this, but go back and watch games when you were younger. Like when you were a teenager, bro, in high school, middle school. Go back and watch those games now with the knowledge that you've gained from watching the years. Because you don't know what you're really looking at 10, 11, 12, 13. You know how to score, but you don't know what defenses are getting run. You don't know what you know now, right? You don't know what you know. And what you know now, go back and watch and evaluate at the game of how it's played. It's a good perspective. He throws a temper tantrum every time he doesn't get a call, but if that's your GOAT, that's cool. Great rebuttal. Where did all these Tim Duncan fans come from? No, right, exactly, bro. That boy Tim Duncan got dog walked in FIBA, and they want to sit here and say he a GOAT. Paul Pierce, so sorry. Jump from team to team, switch players like playing 2K and lose. Chill out, young one. He's still top 3, so you can't read. Be nice. They overrated, flops instead, getting back on defense and GOAT, bone his body. Bron to GOAT at losing. We don't give finals attention. Nah, no participation trophies. I can read. 2011 itself takes Bron out to GOAT. That 2011 finals was bad. It was bad. I think it depends on the interpretation of the gather step. I mean, bro got multiple vids of LeBron traveling and said he's not a hater. Again, Christopher, Lil Chris. Are those travels or are those not travels? But you're saying I'm hating, I'm educating, showing the audience education, entertaining, right? Showing education that these are travels that don't get called, or these are travels, right? I am educating somebody that never played the game of basketball and has heard who is the best player of all time. I am giving them, you know what I do in my content, guys, that people don't do? I am giving you information to think. I'm not telling you that LeBron is trash. I'm not telling you. I may say Jordan is GOAT or whatever the case may be, whatever, because Jordan is the GOAT. I'm giving you perfect information to give you a idea to get started, to give you the idea to think, okay, is Jordan a GOAT? Is he not the GOAT? Well, let me look at some stuff here. I see this here. I see this here. Let me look at this. Let me look at that, right? right? And I've given you information to get you started. Okay, why do they say he's the GOAT? He is the GOAT, but I'm giving you information where you can look at that and say, okay, let me look and see why he's the GOAT. Why they say that, right? Now, with anything, right? You got to take the good with the bad with the good. There's bad in anything, there's good in anything, right? Like, yeah, they had those growing pain moments where they lost. Everybody lost. You only have one champion each year, so it's not like any of these guys ain't lose. Yeah, they all lost. But it's how you take your losses and how you bounce back from those losses. Um, nah, we don't. Yeah, I read that one. Top three, regardless. It's not my opinion when I say everyone is biased in some way, shape, or form, and this impacts our opinion. No, everybody's biased. You know, it's subjective at the end of the day. That's why I say let's just have a conversation to talk about it. At the end of the day, that's all we can do is talk about it and have a conversation. There's no need to argue about it and you know, go off on somebody and degrade somebody and talk crazy on them because they feel a certain way. You feel how you feel and you can't control how you feel. You like what you like. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I ain't never gonna say somebody's trash because they have an opinion unless you can't give me, you know, you can't back up your opinion. If you feel a type of way, cool, but just back it up. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. They salute overrated for losing. We salute MJ and Kobe for winning. Facts. Winners win, losers lose. They act like you made the games with software. You only pointing out the context that is left out. Facts, bro. I'm just showing things that you normally don't see in videos, like that you see, right? Like I've never said he's trash. That's the one thing I laugh about. I never said he's bad, but you guys, and this is another thing I like. You guys say I'm the LeBron hater, right? So all I do is I just fit that narrative for you guys. Not you guys, but for the ones that call me a LeBron hater. I'm that guy for you. Really. I'm telling you that I'm that guy for you. I played a villain in your movie, your story. Go read Four Agreements by Don Ruiz Miguel. Everybody in here is the main character in their movie, right? And we all just side characters. It's facts. I'm the villain that when you need a LeBron hater, when you need somebody, man, this dude hate LeBron. That's me. For you, even though I've never said I hate LeBron. I just fit into that narrative for you, and I just keep feeding into that narrative because realistically, it's more easier for me to fit the LeBron hater narrative for you than it would be for me to show you LeBron. Oh, I like LeBron. Da, 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 da. I'm not saying you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm just saying it is what it is. They call a spade a spade. It's so I just fit that role for you, and I just do that, right? Because I can speak on this because I've seen it. This is what I do, right? So he says, yeah, there are times he travels, but a lot you're using facts as shields for your. How is it hate, my brother? You still can't tell me it's hate. I'm just showing factual information. There's not a single unbiased being on the planet Earth. How is it that hard to comprehend? Well, like I said, everybody is going to have favorites and things they like and dislike. That's life. That's why I say it's subjective at the end of the day, my brother. It's all subjective. They salute overrated. LeBron don't really travel much more than any super. I mean, if we being honest, everybody travels in the league now because they allow palming and carrying the ball. All these guys are palming. All these guys are carrying the ball. So, I mean, LeBron used to get travels called on him back in the day. You know what's funny? In a comment, somebody said, wow, LeBron got called for a travel. I've never seen it like that. I said, yeah, he used to get called for him a lot more. LeBron, why do I got hitting my mic. My bad. LeBron would be a nobody in the 90s. He would definitely complain about getting those hard fouls. Kobe, my bad, y'all. I gotta read these down here. Hold up. Kobe, the best player to touch the court. Who did he play? Tell me. Do you have evidence of a unbiased person? Day facts too soft. That's what I thought, little bro. What was wrong with team MJ played against? I've been basketball for 40 years and the bar has been lowered after Kobe and Duncan. No, it has. The bar has definitely been lowered. It's gotten easier to score also at this point in time too, which people don't want to talk about. It's gotten significantly easier to score in the league. You got teams want to say, oh, the talent is better. Bro, you got teams scoring almost 200 points. Teams are dropping 140 now. Like bro, you know how rare it used to be for teams to drop 100 points? You got teams dropping 150 a night. Like, what? You got dudes shooting 15 threes a game now. You know how crazy that is? Like, imagine if somebody never saw a basketball game after, like, 2005, right? 2005 is the last time they saw a basketball game, and they watch basketball now. You know how discombobulated they would be trying to process everything? Wait, what is going on? Wait, he just chucked that three like that? Wait, what? That's a palm. That's a carry. Wait, hold on. That's a moving screen. Bro, it would be so crazy. It would be they couldn't bro, they wouldn't be able to process it. No, it's objective, which is why the conversation can be had. But super teams means it's no point. MJ wouldn't beat Curry, KD, Clay. I mean, I believe that 96 Bulls team could have. That's just me though. Basketball is at a much higher level now. I don't think it is fully. I don't think it is at a much higher level because super gaming, if it's at a much higher, how is that a much higher level? Like I'm kind of curious on that as to how. My bad, 18. I'm sorry, I got to keep reading this. Your approach can be subjective, but better have. That's not what it is. You didn't answer my question. What you asked? What question? Bro, react to my newest TikTok reel real quick. I don't even what? I'm live. You want me to stop my live and react to your reel? That's wild. I don't know how to do that. Some people don't have enough information to even have an opinion. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but that's why my whole point of the channel is if you have an opinion, you want to back some up, just come up and have something to back it up with. You know what I'm saying? Christopher Brock, what do you mean by that? Y'all complain about everything, but really say nothing. What do you mean by that? If these players are so great, what are the new? If these players are so great, what the new generation always tell me? Bring back defense. No, we do need defense. We do need defense. Why do you know? You ain't even eligible to enter the debate. Go Google it, bro, to react to my new TikTok. Bro, you already said that twice. Just tell me. Just tell me what it is. You got it, bro. He played 9. Play 9, buddy. I don't know what you looked at. Yeah, bro, play 9. I wish I could come up to explain, but basketball evolution has bred. I don't believe it has. I mean, you could talk right here. Form of hoops. Hold on. I'm gonna talk to you about this in the chat. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. I gotta go pee. Y'all talk about that in the chat. I'm gonna read that because I want to talk to you and tell you why. Overseas it has evolved, but NBA basketball, no. Heck no. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta go pee, but we'll definitely talk about that. I'll be right back. Hold up. All right, we back. My fault, y'all. My fault. We back. All right, look. This is what I'm gonna say on it. I don't know what you guys say. Hold on. Where is this? Let me read the chat. All right, my bad, John. My fault. Okay. He said consistently. Hold on. He's like, so what is dude on about? What are you on about? I don't know. I just came back. I came back from the bathroom. I'm trying to read. Let me see. Hold up. You are entitled to whatever. What does that statement even mean? Form of hoops consistently. Lost to Dirk, Jason Terry. Bro, there are plenty of players that would thrive in the 90s. I'm gonna agree to disagree. You're literally saying a Hall of Fame player that would thrive in the 90s. Who else? A Hall of Famer, an elite, one of the best scorers of all time. Of course, one of the best scorers of all time is gonna thrive in the 90s. He could shoot the basketball. One of the best shooters of all time. He could shoot the basketball. There aren't a lot of teams capable of beating 24 Celtics or 25 Thunder because they generate high shots consistently. See, this is, oh gosh, he's one of those kids. I would actually love to have you up on a live. So he literally says a lot of teams, he's literally telling you guys that a lot of teams wouldn't win because they shoot more threes. That's his idea. But he literally is taking out the reason for this because defense isn't played. If defense was played at the level of what it was back then, these teams wouldn't be generating these type of shots. That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Like that's why, and let me put it to you like this, and this is what I'm gonna show. That is why they don't score like that in FIBA play. There's a reason why they don't. There's literally a reason why they don't, because they can't, because defenses play differently in FIBA. It's literally a reason why you don't. Why are they not scoring like that in FIBA then? If that's the argument you want to use. Holy cow, let me pull this up here. Let me go to these awards really quick. Another thing I want to do, like watch. Let me look at something. Hold up. Consistently playing defense. Saying players today would be as good in the 90s or 80s is it's not a dishonest take though. He faced no block leaders and merchant teams. Holy cow, the comments. Teams increasing the volume of pull-up jumpers is the product of increased transition play. Because the increase of transition play is coming from these teams shooting massive amount of volumes of 3-point shots. That's what creates transition. Them missing these 3-point shots. You got to open up the guest box. I keep saying it, and this is no disrespect to you, Smoke. This is everybody in the comments. If you guys want to tell me how to do it, I would do it. I don't know how to do it. I literally don't know how to do it. This is my first time using OBS. So I'm kind of just going on the flow with it. Trial and error right now. I usually use Streamlabs. I'm going to download TikTok Studios again to see how to do it on there. Somebody told me, Tony did, so I'll try to figure out how to do that there. But I got to figure out how to have stuff like this up with my camera on TikTok Live when I do that. That's the main thing. If somebody knows how to do that, I'll get that set up and do it like that. Because I think I'm pretty sure I can go live on TikTok Live. But anyways, my bad. It's such a dishonest take, bro. It's really not. So MJ by 30 ended of his first three-peat, low-key, has better resume than Bron. I mean, if you look at it, MJ played at a prime level for 10 years straight, bro. But if you compare his first MVP to his last MVP, his age, and his first defensive team award, first team, to his last defensive first team, he played at a prime MVP level for 10 years straight. Isaiah Thomas even admitted this. I didn't even read this. Luka in the 90s would thrive. I mean, bro, you literally telling me players that are elite Hall of Fame players, like that are top players of all time. Like you do realize that as your comparison, right? Like this is your comparison. Is a top all-time player. 2 times now. I just want you to be aware of that. Basketball has canalized bread to players consistently. I'm going to agree to disagree with you because this is one thing I want you to see, right? There's one thing I want you to see. This is 20. I got to keep going, bruh. I got to keep going. I want to say it happens in 19. I think it happens in 20 or 19. Okay? Yeah, 19. So from 2018 to 2019, we got Giannis winning MVP. We got Giannis again, right? Winning MVP. We got Joker winning MVP. We got Joker winning it again. We got Embiid. This is 5. We got 6 with Joker. We got 7 with Shai. The last 7 MVPs in the NBA are all non-American. Last 7. Basketball is getting better worldwide. Yes. NBA American talent is not getting better. At all. I will debate that with anybody. Overseas talent is caught up. Yes. American basketball is not getting better. It's not. He said, I enjoy watching LBJ at one time, but the false narratives and his antics changed my mind. Now, I agree. They just don't want to admit it. It's not a lot of unks. It's people that know basketball. And one day, and I say this to everybody in the chat, this is what I need to go. I'm going to go on the Purple app tomorrow, too. I have the Purple. If y'all want to follow me, I'm going to go on the Purple app tomorrow. I'm going to try to figure out how to multi-stream to where I can get TikTok live in there, too. But I need to go on the Purple app. I think I'm on YouTube, the red one, but I got to figure that out. I wish somebody could clip this right here. I'm going to make a video. I can't wait till y'all are in your 30s. Not even unks. I can't wait till y'all are in your 30s. I can't wait. I cannot wait till y'all are in your 30s because I don't know which way basketball is going to change, but what is going to happen is basketball is going to have a pendulum shift to where basketball changes. I don't know if it's going to go back all the way to where this defense gets played again at an elite level to where you can play defense. I'm not saying they're going to bring back hand checks or anything like that, but there's going to be a point in time to where why I say 30s is when you guys have kids and your kids are your age, there's going to be a point in time where they're going to be like, Dad, why did they shoot so many threes back then? Why didn't they play defense? Why were these guys allowed to travel and palm the ball? And it'll finally hit. And I really do hope it hits where they're like, dang, I thought this was elite level basketball. And it probably will hit when Team USA loses in the Olympics. I don't know when they will lose, but if Team USA ever loses in the Olympics, that's when the whole thing will change. Remember me saying this. I'm not saying Wemby's going to be the one that beat him, but if Team USA ever loses or struggles really, really bad, that's when it'll change. 4 stars to go through more treacherous environments like Kobe, who elevated in spite of lack of surrounding. Hold on, let me read these. Why is this like this, bro? Hold on, the cow. I had too many. Rob talk about when Bron traveled versus the Wizards, bro. The reason why that's why they called this. That's why the gather step came in, bro, because they had to call the second travel because they let LeBron win the game on the first travel, but LeBron won the playoff game on the Wizards, knocked him out from a travel call. So the next year when they played the Wizards and LeBron did the travel, they had to call it because it was a travel, bro. And they didn't call the last travel, but that's why they called the travel, and it was so controversial because the referees didn't call the first travel that gave the Cavs that they won be off the travel. Fouling is playing defense. So, Alonzo, you do realize overseas FIBA basketball, what is considered fouling to you? I want to know, because overseas you're allowed to hand check. I know you don't understand the purpose of hand checking. You're allowed to have there's no defensive 3 seconds in FIBA. The way how you play basketball is completely different. The zones, the sets you could play defense in FIBA is different. If the ball hits the rim, you can hit the ball out. That's not a goaltend. It's not a goaltend. You don't have to sit there and watch the ball bounce in. If it hits the rim and it missed, you can hit the ball out. It's not a goaltend. It's not offensive interference. Nothing. I mean, it could get the offensive interference, but I'm talking about defense. Like the rules, the game played is differently. He said, yep, just stubborn. I'd say kids that don't know basketball fully. Basketball is played completely different. Right, that's what I just said. There's no 3 in the key. So we could even go back to FIBA when we saw LeBron struggle. That really, the Greece team exposed how to beat LeBron, just build a wall and make him shoot. Because if you even look back at Greece, they knew they couldn't compete one-on-one when they were losing. They were playing man. Why are you playing man? You're not more athletic. You don't have anybody athletic than anybody one-on-one on USA. Because all USA basketball is one-on-one basketball for the most part. That's all what it is. Because you putting a whole bunch of people together that are their number one option on their team. These guys don't know how to play off ball. These guys don't know how to do anything besides score. If you even look at the only reason Devin Booker made the last team is because Devin Booker took a defensive role. He was guarding ball for the most part. He was the defensive guy. He wasn't on the team because he could score. He was playing defense. No handshake equals no D. Giannis in the 90s. Giannis in the 90s, depending on how he would be able to take the hard fouls, who knows? The dude would be trying to fight everybody every game. I'm being honest. Giannis would be able to score. He would be able to play in the 90s because he's body banging with everybody down there. But is he going to be able to take getting fouled? Like, bro, Giannis, it is what it is. Giannis be raging too. I know you guys say I be talking about LeBron's rage and his temper tantrum. Giannis has those too. So I personally don't think Giannis, bro, he would have been fighting. He would have been, he's not, he wouldn't have been, I'm not going to say he wouldn't have been able to take the hard hits, but he wouldn't have been able to tolerate them. He would have been fighting, bro. I would put any bet. Giannis is fighting. Hand checking wasn't a foul. It was normal basketball. You can't even look at a player anymore. Bro, James Harden, you had to defend him with your hands behind the back. That wouldn't slide in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and even the 2010s. Up to 2010, that is a new thing that these kids that just started watching basketball say, oh, defense, y'all was fouling. No, they were playing defense. You can't play defense no more. Pull-ups are mainly wide open for most NBA level shooters because the defender can't just run to the paint. Well, if you look at any NBA team that's won a championship, the main reason why is because they had somebody that was an excellent mid-range shooter. I mean, that's really what it is when it comes down to it, is having an excellent mid-range shooter. That's what it is. Tell me a championship team that didn't have a superior mid-range shooter and rely on an inferior offense, players not taking a wide open layup. They was kicking and tripping back then. Not necessarily. Dirk won the championship by operating in the post. Tim Duncan won championships by operating in the post. it just went away from post play because what happened was, and if we're being honest, players that are coming into the league now, and why I say Americans that are coming into the league are not as good as the players that are coming overseas. Overseas players learn fundamentals. These players that we have coming into the league, they don't learn fundamentals. They're not fundamentally sound. Like, the overseas players are not athletic as us. They're not as strong as us. They're not as quick as us. What did the dude on the Hawks that got picked number 1 said? When I was in overseas, I was the most dominant over athletic player, bruh. I come over here now and everybody, like, they're athletic, they're quick. I'm not the fastest, I'm not the strongest, I'm not the quickest. So they know. Just like if Bird played in the 90s, you're not hearing me though. Nah, I hear you, bruh. I hear you. What time is it? Did my phone die? It's almost midnight. Oh my God, I didn't know it was almost midnight. All right, y'all, hold on. Let me read these real quick. The only team that was beating up on people physically was the Pistons, and they got told to take Jordan. That's it. It's easier to score because there's more space. Exactly. It's easier to score because there's more space. Basketball is easier to score. It's easier to score now. It's at an all-time high. Why do you think I say if Jordan or Kobe play, they're averaging 40, 45 points, maybe even 50? Literally. Kobe averaged 35 in the league when the league average was what? Under 100 points a game? What do you think he's scoring with all the space now? That's child's play. It's literally child's play. Jordan averaged 30 points per game for his career. He's not going to average 40, 45 with the spacing like that's child's play. It's literally child's play. That's what people don't understand. It's score. My thing is this. LeBron James led the league in scoring 1 time in his career. He averaged 30 points. So you mean to tell me that this LeBron that averaged this 30 points as a Laker is better than MVP, any of MVP LeBron's years? Scoring has gotten easier. Scoring has gotten easier. Scoring has gotten easier. That's it, buddy. He highlights is him pulling WWE moves. Rob talk about, I read that one for real. It's only him. So name players from back then. Play No Tears for Christmas. Aaron Lee Winter. I don't even know who that is. I have no idea who that is. Defense is played at, it's not played at an elite level. It like, what? Hold on. Bruh. First of all, the big man in the league, there's not even any dominant big mans. I love how people try to say, we have Joel Embiid. First of all, he's not like, what? Joel Embiid hasn't been Joel Embiid in forever. And just to further prove my point, like I said, we're getting an overseas big man that's dominant. We haven't had a great, big, dominant big man in how long? Cat's not a dominant big. He don't post up or nothing like, and it has nothing to do with posting up or anything like that, right? Finishing in the paint, being able to go to the paint, shoot, cool. But Cat wants to just shoot all day. He's not even getting rebounds, stuff like that, blocking shots, anything like that. It's not his game. It's not his game. It's not his MO. So, like, even when it comes to that, holy cow, I got 42 messages, bro. Holy cow. Let me read these. Bro, repeat, the scoring has gotten easier for the guys in the back. It has. That's what I just said, bro. You mean to tell me you are crazy out of your mind to tell me you would rather have LeBron scoring 30 points on the Lakers? What was it? When did he average 30? It was like a couple years ago. You're out of your mind to tell me you would rather have that LeBron than have MVP LeBron over MVP LeBron that averaged less points. It has gotten significantly easier to score. You take into account that plenty of players can average 35, but don't for the sake of them. I mean, you could look at, what's his name? Grimes on the 76ers and Cam. Those dudes could average 25 to 30 a game right now. But at the same time, they didn't get paid because their teams are telling them, well, like all 30, all 25, all 30 isn't good 25, good 30. Cam was battling to get paid. Like, bro, it's not hard to score. It's not hard. Like all offenses today, and this is what I always say. This matter of fact, this is another point I'm gonna prove before I get off because I gotta get off. It's almost midnight, bro. I gotta get something to eat too. I'm hungry. This is the one thing I say. It's gotten so much easier to score. And basketball, you don't have any like traditional point guards anymore. That got taken away. Like where you had the Darren Williams, the Rajon Rondos, the Chris Pauls, the Steve Nashes, the Jason Kidds. You don't have, I mean, maybe like Michael Conley was maybe like one of the last ones, but you don't have that anymore. And the reason you don't have that anymore is because your main person that has the ball is the dude you pay the most money on the team to. Whoever your team's most expensive player is on the roster has the ball predominantly. That's how it works now. So we're going to give our star player the ball. He's going to dribble it up the court, down the court. We're going to try to get him a three, maybe pick and roll, dribble, dribble, dribble. And then if we don't got anything going, then we'll pass the ball to you with like 8 seconds left on the shot clock. And then that's it. And then we're just going to keep doing that. Yeah, we run plays. Yeah, they're running plays and stuff, but that's how the offense is ran in the NBA nowadays. Is it's ran through the team's best player. They dribble it up and down the court, and that's it. Nobody's playing defense. Like nobody is blocking shots at a high level. Nobody is playing crazy defense. It's just 3-point shots all day, which is cool if you want to say that's basketball, but basketball is not played like that. Even in the Olympics, they're not doing that. They're not able to because the way how you can play defense is what I'm getting at. Like, cool, they're scoring more because they're shooting more threes. That doesn't mean it's better basketball. I'll argue that to this day. It does. They're not. Nobody's getting. We're not even seeing sets playing. Everybody's running the same offense for the most part. Like, and that's another thing you don't see anymore. That I will say, like, and which makes me laugh about these kids that say the game is played better, right? So everybody loves to use that Jordan had Phil Jackson, right? Everybody loves to use that Kobe had Phil Jackson. Everybody loves to say that they had Phil Jackson. They had Phil Jackson. Cool, right? But you know what? Also, Jordan went against in the finals, and you could even say some with Kobe. They went against Hall of Fame coaches. There's not many Hall of Fame coaches in the league anymore. There's not really any good coaches in the league anymore. Not many. Not many. There's not many good coaches in the league anymore. Coaches come and go now. It's like a carousel, bro. And that's another thing that I laugh about. So you have players that, for the most part, like we seen it with the LeBron video, bro. Players to this point in day don't even listen to their coaches. So you mean to tell me that basketball, you're trying to say basketball is played on a higher level when, for the most part, all these coaches are running the same offenses, same defenses. You don't even have coaches and teams that you play now that are known for their offense. Like, how Syracuse, for example, Syracuse is going to run a 1-3-1. They don't run it anymore, but we know when we play Syracuse, they're going to run a 1-3-1. Yes, this is college, but I'm giving you an example. They don't have sets defenses that you know that they're going to run. They don't have set offenses that you know that they're going to run. Everybody's doing the same thing. Dribble, 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 screen, shoot threes. No, exactly, bro. Coaches are rinse and repeat recyclable. All coaches are recyclable now. Coaches don't. And the thing about it is, too, that I will say the coaches are afraid of the players for the most part. You don't really have too many coaches that got the cojones to sit there and talk trash to a franchise player because at the end of the day, the coach don't want to lose his job, bro. So how can basketball be played at how can you say basketball is played at its highest level all time when these dudes are scoring almost 200 points? We don't see anything. We're not seeing anything different. We're seeing everybody sit. You go to this hash. Everybody's playing 5-out offense. You go to the hash. You go to the corner. You go to the corner. You sit at the top of the key, and let's try to pick and roll or play a three. Like, other than that, like, I'm not seeing anything differently, really, for the most part. I'm not seeing teams play defense. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these guys are athletic. They're getting hurt way more because they're not playing basketball. You getting hurt because you're not playing, or you're playing too much hurt. Is one of the two. You're playing hurt and then you're overcompensating an injury. We got to now have game load management. We got people not winning awards because they don't play. So I personally feel that, I mean, you play, I don't want to necessarily say you don't get hurt, but those dudes back then was playing 82 games and they wasn't getting hurt like this. They wasn't tearing stuff. That's just me. We got all this technology, all these trainers, all this information, all this stuff, right? But everybody's getting hurt at an all-time high. And that's why I say sometimes the linguistics and the information you get isn't always good information with these stats, right? Analytics. How is Cade not in the running? Oh, that was Elijah. Cade isn't yet, bro. All Cade needs is a jump shot. Once Cade gets a jump shot, it's over. It's over. That boy just need to learn how to shoot. That boy can't shoot right now, but if he learned how to shoot, oh man, I like Cade. Cade's held it down. That's it. He lying a lot. He's turning over a lot too. He turns over the ball a little bit too much, but he got to work on that too. He got to work on that. How is Cade? It's all fun and games, or set number 3 scheme or half court. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Nice LeBron vids. I've been saying he not go because of 2011. Hey, Larry, thank you. Kobe did face the most double teams, and he faced the most 50-win teams. Once I get $1 million, I'll be rich. Hey, we all will. Cash trade, K trash, Knicks and 4. We'll see, bro. Knicks be low-key struggling, too. We going to see if they going to be able to get past Jalen Brunson. Yeah, bro, I ain't going to lie. King Crown, I am live. I was live like 2 hours. I've been live for like 2 hours and 30 minutes. I got to get off here soon. I got to get off here because I got to eat and I got work in the morning. I got a Discord I'll put my Discord in here, or if you want to send me like a message, anybody, I think I'll put it in there tomorrow. Look, I got to get better way. I got to get a better way to try to see. I might put on. I got to figure out if I want to have people come up. I know I do. I have certain people on here I vibe with, but I need to figure out who I'm gonna allow to come up. Because some people I'm not gonna deal with no like just no BS. Like people come in here getting hurt, talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to have a conversation. If you can't have a conversation and you just trying to deflect and avoid and all that, I got to learn how to be able to kick you off, right? Like, cause some people just be, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna be on the purple tomorrow. I think I was on YouTube, so I gotta check if the VOD is on there. Cause I do want to have these VODs up, right? Like I'll be multi-streaming. I want to have the VODs up on here to where we can go back, we could look at our information, we could compare, we could see who's a good coach right now. I don't want to use like Eric Spoelstra. I don't want to use like Greg Popovich when he was there. But only reason why I say that, whoever the Spurs coach is going to be a good coach because it's a Greg Popovich tree. I personally don't think Steve Coach is a good coach. That's just my opinion. I think what happened is, what I will say Steve Kerr is good at doing is he's good at generating and making plays for Curry. If he didn't have Curry, it would be a whole 360 swing, but we'll never know, right? We'll never know. I just personally don't think he's a good coach. I think he's good at making plays for Curry. That's why if you look at everybody that's been on the Warriors, the system really only benefits Curry because Steve Kerr only knows how to generate stuff for Curry, which makes sense because Kerr was a shooter himself, right? So it makes sense, him in his mind, making plays up and stuff like that. Like Curry is I don't want to say plug and play puppet of Kerr, but it makes sense. It makes sense. No, Doc is overrated because Doc was never Doc's problem is he was never able to do mid-game adjustments. That's Doc's problem his whole entire career. That's why, like, with the Celtics team, that's why the Celtics won, bro. Because if you really look at it, Tom Thibodeau and Doc Rivers, what they were bad at, their opposites attracted. What the other person was bad at, the other person was good at, right? Like Tom Thibodeau is bad at managing rotations. He's bad at managing minutes. His players always got hurt because he was not a numbers guy. He didn't know how to do that. He was the defensive guy on the Celtics when the Celtics won. That's why Tom Thibodeau's defenses are always good. But when you look at Doc Rivers is not good at making adjustments, but he's good at managing minutes. He's good at managing his players, right? So what was the cancellation? Well, hey, Doc, nah, we got to do this defense. We got to do this defense, right? Tom Thibodeau is excellent at defense. Thibodeau didn't know how to do minutes, X's and O's, but Doc did. So they're bad. They were good at what the other person was bad at. And in life, you want to surround yourself with people like that. But you're not good at. You want to have somebody good around you. Just like what they're not good at, you want to have, you want to make sure that's covered. That's why that works so well. Imagine during the All-Star game, they made the star plays, actually played by the rules, facts. Quit hating about what I think Doc is overrated. Brock, I hurt your feelings about Brown having the most misses. Rob, thank you for always cooking Brown. I try, DK, I try. Them two was past their prime when they went to the Nets. No, they all was. That was one of the worst trades ever, bro. Literally one of the worst trades. That's how the Celtics got Tatum in them. I'm a grown man. Hey, let's chill out, y'all. Chill out. Yo, Tyson Pearson, thank you for the follow. But yeah, y'all, I'm sorry. I got to get off. I'm hungry. I'm going to go to In-N-Out real quick. Give me a burger. This should be live. The VOD should be on my YouTube. Can you explain to me so I can hear? Oh, my gosh, Dar. You joined right when I was... Bruh, just because you, bruh. No, look. Everybody in here, I'm going to show y'all. No. Hold on. No. I'm gonna stay. No. I'm gonna stay. No. I'm gonna stay really quick. They close at 1. So I got a little bit of time. I'm gonna give you a brief rundown, bro, but I ain't gonna be able to. Oh my God, bro. Look, I'm not even gonna be able to go. I got 2 people in here that I've been wanting to talk. Bro, all right, look. I'm gonna go pee real quick and I'm gonna give y'all this attention, bro. I cannot believe both of these 2 people came in here. I was getting ready to go eat too, bro. Oh my God, universe. I cannot believe you guys just gave me this timing, bro. I cannot believe this. No, I know. That's why I'm staying. Just because, look, I gotta go pee really quick. And I was gonna I gotta like eat like a little snack, some really quick. It'll take me like 2 minutes. I was gonna go get food, but because I'm staying because of K, Archin, and Dar, right? It's too late here, bro. It's too late. I was just going, you know what I'm saying? Long story short, this boy Darby in the comments, bro. So I respect that. He be showing love. And he don't be talking crazy to people. He don't be talking about their character. He keeps it basketball. He don't be talking about people's mamas and nothing like that. So I respect that. So I'm gonna give him this time. Now this boy K Archon, he a fan of me, bruh. He really do like me. He acts like he don't, but he knows deep down inside, like, look, if he seen me, he would dap me up, bruh. He would dap me up. Same thing with Dar. I would dap up Dar. Dar would dap me up, and we would talk basketball. He not gonna. He's one of those people I know wouldn't talk crazy. He could. Could he? I'm not saying he's a punk or anything like that. No, he could. He 100% could. But he keeps it basketball, so that's why I'm staying, because he keeps it basketball. So I got to give him that respect. No, you would, because you a fan of me, bro. You come to my bro. Look, this is the thing. You don't even follow me, gang. You in my lives. You in my comments. You be posting comments in my new videos, bruh. Like right when I drop them. You in here. I'm in your mind rent free, my brother. Since day one. You've been in here for a minute, bruh. Yo, Lucy, thank you for the follow. Bro, you was in here when I had like 600 followers, bro. Like you was in my comments. I know you remember this. You was here when I had 600. Yo, Dar, thank you for the follow, my brother. So at this point, it's like, bro, hold on. I got to go to the bathroom. Let me grab like this, like a candy bar or something. Let me go pee. I'll be back. I was about to go to sleep, but we got people in here I actually was been trying to talk to. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I will be right back. Please. Hold on. Yo, Dar, please, bro. Please stay, bro. Like, please, for real, for real, for real. I'll be back. I promise. I'm not avoiding you. I just got to go pee and I'm going to just take a bite of something. Just give me 1 sec, y'all. Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. My bad. My bad. Thank y'all for whoever stayed. Back. Back. All right, we about to cook. Oh shoot, let me turn the camera on. Hold up. All right, let me see if he's in here. Please, let me see he's in here. I could tell him what I was gonna tell him. All right, bet. Yo, Dar. All right, I'm gonna be honest, bro. This isn't even an excuse. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna give you the truth. So when you asked me that question in the comments, I promise you, bro, I'm not even lying. It is what it is. You don't gotta accept it. I can get banned, not banned, but they time me out for some hours because it's like spam. You're commenting too fast. So I try to respond to the comments. By the time I got to your comment, I got timed out for like an hour or two. I couldn't respond. By the time, bro, and it is what it is. You don't got to believe me. I'm an adult, bro. I'm in my 30s, bro. I do not have the time to go and scroll through all the replies to find that message and write you. I don't have the time. I get so many notifications. I couldn't even find it. If I wanted to respond to it. I couldn't find, I just don't have the time, bro. I didn't have the time. That's why I didn't respond. But I'll respond to it here that you asked it. That's why I also said I'm going to stay live, because you did ask me that and I didn't respond to it. So that was why I wasn't ducking or anything. And to y'all, bro, for y'all that say, oh, you're running from me, you're avoiding my message, bro. Let me see if I can show you right now my phone. Hold up. Let me see. Hold on, bro. It's like, I want y'all to see. Like, hold up. Let me see. Bro, y'all see this? I got 99 plus. Let me see if y'all can see this. Like, I have so much stuff. I can't respond to it all, bro. I can't respond. I got 99. That is too much, bro. I cannot respond to all of y'all. Like, if you sitting here trying to have a conversation, yeah, I might like even troll you a little bit sometimes in the comments. Like, if he's like, what does he talk about? To get you riled up to keep like responding. But like, I be trying to talk ball the most part. But if you trying to have like a full convo with me and you gonna sit there and say, bro, you're avoiding me, bro. You better off just spamming the comments and saying it again if you want me to respond to you that bad. Spam it again, because I literally, or catch me in a live. I have a conversation with you. I just sometimes, if I stop, I'm just depending on the time. Yeah, I might be able to see you. I'm able to look and go. But sometimes I can't. I don't have the time, guys. You troll way too much. Nah, I don't troll, bro. What do I troll about? But no, you are a day 1K Archon, because bro, I could pull up for you if I have time. I would look at one of your first comments from you that I have. I'll find a way to do that. You were here, bro, when I had you were for a fact. I can factually say, bro, you were here on this account in my comments when I was under 1K. I had less than 1K followers when you was in here. That's facts. You know this too. You know this. We ain't got a lot to kick it, but let me go back to what you said. My only problem is him just downplaying Bron like he never did anything good in his life. Bro, but this is the thing, too, that I was saying earlier, and I'm going to cook up and just say it. October 25th, exactly. I've had some great traction, though, so I'm not even going to clown you on the date, because that isn't that long of a time. I'm not going to lie. That isn't that long. October, that isn't even 2 months. So, I am grateful for the traction I've gotten from you guys, because for me to say 1K, but you were here, one of the first ones here, though. But it hasn't been a lot of time, guys. So I will admit it's been less than 2 months. I was making it sound like he's been here for months. So I get what he's saying. No, he hasn't been here for months. He hasn't. So no, I get what he's coming from on that. But anyways, back to that. You've never heard me say LeBron is trash. He's bad. He's horrible. These are narratives that you guys have come up with. You don't even know who my favorite player is. LeBron's not my favorite player, but I'm just saying you don't even know who my favorite player is, right? These are all just speculations. But back to, I'm limited on time right now. So the reason why I say this big three was not a super team, everybody in here can converse and talk. Everybody can. I may at times make it seem like I'm only talking to Dar, which I'm not. I'm talking to all you guys. Everybody in here is free to converse. Everybody in here. No offense, Dar. I'm not saying you don't matter or anything like that. I'm just saying everybody in here is we're all here to converse, right? Everybody's opinion matters. If you want to chime in. I don't know how to bring anybody up. I got to figure that out tomorrow. This is the first time I used OBS on here to go live, so I got to figure that out. But let me cook up real quick. I just wanted to say that. So it may sound like I'm talking to him, but I'm talking to everybody. So like I was saying earlier, nobody in here was in their prime, right? So we can give KG 08, right? That was his last year of his prime, if we want to say he was in his prime, because he did finish top 3 in he finished top 3 in MVP voting, and he won Defensive Player of the Year, right? Nobody on this team averaged 20 points. The year they won the championship. We can go here. Look at this here, right? This is 09. I'll go back to this one. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Right. It's the year they won the championship. This team has no 20-point per game score. This is a super team that has no 20-point per game score. This team in the first round went to game 7 against the Hawks, game 7 against the Cavs in the second game. Against the Pistons, they played 6 games, and against the Lakers, they played 6 games. Excuse me. So they went 16-10 in the playoffs. This is a super team. We're making it sound like, and with LeBron and D Wade, as I said, 3 out of the 4 years, LeBron and D Wade were top 10 in MVP voting. They finished the year. This never happened. This team went to the finals in 08 and didn't go back again until 09. They didn't go to back-to-back finals. What is super about this team? Rajon Rondo averaged 10 points. Cool. They had Hall of Famers on this team, but these guys weren't playing at a Hall of Fame level when they were together. Like I said, you can tell me KG had a good 08. I'll give you that. That was the last time he played at a superstar level. Who else was playing at a superstar level on this team? They just played good basketball. Yeah, they just played smart basketball, relied on their defense to win in the games, and they had role players that were complimentary. They were a good team, but just because you're a big 3 doesn't necessarily mean you're a super team. These guys didn't collude to come together. KG wanted to go to the Lakers or Phoenix, and as I said earlier, they had a trade in place to get KG to the Lakers, but Minnesota didn't want Andrew Bynum. They wanted a big, but not Bynum. Celtics put in Al Jefferson, and then that's when they accepted the trade. But I'm sorry. He accepted the trade once they got Ray Allen, and then they gave KG a raise. That's when KG accepted the trade. But this team didn't have any superstars, bruh. Like, if we're going to say this is a super team, we might as well say the 04 Pistons was a super team. And at that time, like, this team wasn't a dynasty. The Celtics team was a dynasty? You think the Celtics team was a dynasty? Like, what these dudes was 30, 31, and 32 when they got together. None of these dudes went to the finals. None of these dudes got past the first. These guys all went to the conference finals one time each. That's it. Before that, the Celtics was what? A 23-game win team. Paul Pierce was on the verge of getting traded. These dudes, if they fail, and this is another thing, right? I'll argue this. I'm not even going to call it a debate. I'll argue this with anybody. I don't care what anybody says. I know it's subjective, it's opinion at the end of the day, but I will battle this one to the end of the day. If this big 3 does not win that championship 08, even if they go to the finals both times, if they lose both of those finals, yo, RZN, thank you for the follow. If they lose both of those finals, they're going to be called washed, busts, getting called every name in the book. We wouldn't be talking about the Celtics team. We would be calling them underachieving. We would be downplaying everything they did. They failed, this and that. The super team wouldn't even be coming out. The only reason super team is coming out is because they won the finals in 08. And because they did it beating LeBron. That's why they call it a super team. That and because they don't want to justify the fact that LeBron started super teams. Because LeBron actually said that the Celtics beating him made him realize that he had to go get star power. Boston taught me that. I'll make a video of a reaction on it. But that is the main reasons why I don't feel that this was a super team. To me, a super team is 3 players in their prime. 3 superstars in their prime. You can use 2, but I say 3 superstars in their prime that you don't even got to say collude together, but form together to play together. That's a super team. A big 3 isn't necessarily a super team. That's just me. But I'm curious of what you got to say on it. If you want to chime in on what I said, I'll listen to it. But like, even when they won, bro, they didn't have a go-to offensive guy. They didn't have a closer predominantly. Like, I just don't understand why people feel it is a super team. If anybody want to tell me why it is, I'll listen to it. Can y'all hear me? Anybody got anything they want to say on it? Wait, is my live working? Can y'all hear me? Yo, y'all. Wait, is it working? Oh, what was the record? For this 07-08, it was 66-16. If you're talking about another year, let me know. but I don't know what year you're talking about. But their record for that one. Truth was their closer, but Ray won some games for them too. But I mean, I understand you're saying Truth, but we can even go back to the Cavs series, and I was talking about this earlier. When they in '08 had that game 7, Rondo and all of them, they missed like for the last 3 to 4 minutes, they missed shots. Like PJ Brown closed that game out. Yeah, '08. Yeah, this one right here. They won 66 and 16. And then the next year when KG got hurt, they won 60 and 20? Oh, 62 and 20. Okay. Yeah, that's when Paul Pierce averaged 20.5. Yo, found out how to have multiple guests through TikTok Studio. Oh, is it really, Tony? I'm not going to be able to do it tonight, but I definitely want to do it tomorrow. If you want to come up, you can. If any of y'all, well, not any of y'all, I got to know you, like, cool, have some conversations with you. Like, Dara could come up, Tony could come up. Some of y'all come up. You know, I got to take chances too, but yeah, I need to learn how to use that because we could definitely get guests up. Definitely be more, more spicier having people on here. He says, so is this just an argument against LeBron in the GO debate? No, this isn't even a GO debate. The argument of it was that this isn't a super team. People are saying that. Thank you, by the way. I don't know how you found that out, Tony, but thank you for finding that out because I had no idea how to do it, and I'm glad it is simple. But yeah, the debate was that this isn't a super team. I was waiting for somebody to tell me how it is, but nobody is in their prime here. Nobody, like I said, 08 Garnett, cool. 1 year. Finished top 3 in defense, an MVP, 1 defensive player of the year. Other than that, okay, bat. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. But other than that, it's like these guys didn't go back-to-back finals, right? They didn't win back-to-back finals, and they didn't go to back-to-back finals. So I'm just curious too, like, why are you trying to consider them a super team? Because they had 3 All-Stars? That's the only thing I can personally think of. But even like I said with Rondo averaged 10 points. He was their best player when LeBron was on the Cavs. I mean, I'm sorry, when LeBron went to the Heat, Rondo ended up being their best player. And I understand you can say, oh, they have Rondo, but Rondo wasn't Rondo until LeBron was on the Heat. Like, that's when Rondo really became their go-to. Like, everything Rondo was going through Rondo. Like, so this is, he said, word, okay, from 08 to 10 super team, so I get to take. I mean, but why do you say it was a super team? That's what I'm trying to understand. If you say it's a super team, you got to tell me why you feel it's a super team. Because what was their record before the Big 3 came? Yeah, I had said it. They had won 26 games, 25 games the season prior. I don't know if you had heard me say that, but I want to say it was 26 or 25. 24. Okay. I was off by 2 games. It is what it is. I was close. So they're 24 and 58 with their roster, right? If we look at their roster, Tony Allen, Gerald Green, Al Jefferson, Michael Olowokandi. Bro, you know what's so crazy about Michael Olowokandi? Thank you, Tony. Thank you. You know what's so crazy about Michael Olowokandi? I don't even know if you guys know this. They literally drafted Michael Olowokandi to stop Shaq. Like, that's how he got drafted. Like, this dude played, like, 5 basketball games, and he was, like, the number 1 pick. I think he was, like, a top 3 pick. He only played, like, 10 games. He didn't even play college basketball, I don't think. If he did, he played at, like, some crazy school. Did you play college basketball? I don't think he did. If he did, it was at some crazy school. But, yeah, the Clippers draft. That's how you know, bro. The Clippers organization, bro. Like, that is always funny to me. That is always funny to me. I cannot believe he was on this team. Sebastian Telfair, Wally Serbiak was LeBron's old teammate. Brian Scalabrine, Delonte West was LeBron's old teammate. Dale Ratliff. Dang, Dale Ratliff was on this team, bro. That is funny. Okay, he say, to go from that to winning a championship the next year is wild. I mean, okay, but we could do the same thing with the Heat, right? Like, if we really do, like, Heat 2008. I'm just going to go 2008 for now to see what they had. Okay, so they won 15 games in 2008. But at the same time, the Heat had to clear cap space to get LeBron and to get Bosh. They already knew they were coming. So it wasn't like they could sign anybody. So what is this? 2007, 2008. He came in 10. I just want to see. 2008, 2009, they have 43 and 39. And then in 2010, they have 47 and 35. And then That's when they have the 46-20. Okay. And then he said, but at the same time, that was through trade. That was the big three formed through trade. Danny Ainge had to keep his job. So I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, that is an impressive record from that to that. But at the end of the day, Paul Pierce was almost traded. So I get what you're saying, but they almost traded Paul Pierce. The only reason that happened is from trades. And like I said, it was three veterans trying to prove that they wasn't washed. '08 was an insane year for them, though. They only lost like 7 games going into the All-Star break. Yeah, Q, but as I'm saying, in the playoffs, they went 16-10. That is crazy. You went to almost game 7 in every game. Like, that is wild to me. He played college ball, but the coach recruited him while he was walking on campus. I thought he played like volleyball or something. I forget where he played because I know he wrote a letter somewhere to try to go somewhere, but he didn't play at like a good college. I don't want to say it was like Maine. It was somewhere weird though. He never hooped before. Oluwakandi comes from royalty. Yeah, no, they came from Munyon. I'm just saying they had two. Cool, right? They had 2 20-win seasons in 3 years. 1 ring against Kobe. That's great. So again, that's another thing that even gives it more value to why you guys say it was a super team, because it was Kobe. It was that Nike public commercial. Yeah, bro, because he got tired of Nike making fun of him. Do you feel like Bron? Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. 100. I mean, LeBron could have won the series, bro. I mean, if you really look down to it, and I'll go here, right? Like, let me see. Hold up. 2008 playoffs, right? There's too many underlying factors that people don't look at, and they say, look at the stats, bro. I understand, but you got to look at stats to a degree, and this is what I'm talking about, right? Paul Pierce, 43 free throws. Paul Pierce got the most free throw attempts, 43. 43 free throws, 43 free throws, 43 free throws, 43 free throws, 40. LeBron had 90 free throws this series, bruh. Not only did he have 93, he went 68 for 90, right? So he missed over 20 free throws. That's 20 points he left. 20 points he left on here, right? He had 37 turnovers, bro. 37 turnovers. 37. Like, that's another thing people don't like put into consideration. It's like, bro, he shot, like, I don't want to say, what is this percentage here from the free throw? It should show me here. If I scroll up, and there was just too many times, like, if we look at games, watch, like, let me look. Yo, thank you for sending that. Like, and these are games that, like, a 4-point game, right? The Cavs outscored the Celtics this series if we add up the points. If we add up the points, the Cavs outscored the Celtics this series. Becoming the number 6 fan. Hey, that's lit. That's lit. Yo, Dame, thank you for sharing the live. Yo, Monte, thank you. Wait, I can't let you do this. He played 1v5, but he didn't. He didn't play 1v5 because this is the thing. The Cavs literally outscored the Celtics in this series. The Cavs scored more points than the Celtics this series. Like, I'm gonna go through this really quick, and I just want to look at this, right? Okay. Where is it at? He had 10 turnovers game 1. Game 1, he had 10 turnovers. They lose by 4 points. They lost by 4 points. He had 10 turnovers. He shot 2 for 18. Guys, what are we talking about? And this goes back to the finals in 2007. It's the same thing. Like, what are we talking about? Yes, Tony, this is the 12 points. Yeah, I should have my yellow thing. I'll have it on next time. But again, if LeBron had have played to his standards, they win. You guys say no help, 1v5, nothing like that. How did they lose by 4 if he has no help? If they're not doing their job, they're not doing anything. The team was built around LeBron. This is the Cavs defense kept them in this series. The Cavs series kept them in the series. Now, again, here's game 2. They got dog walk game 2. The other team's whole defense is predicated towards him. Brother Celtics were there. I'm sorry, brother Cavs were weak. I don't. That's with any star's team player. The Celtics did the same thing to Kobe. They're going to do that to any team star player. Of course, bro, they did that to Jordan. Like, what? You think they wasn't doubling getting Jordan? Like, you don't think they focus on the team star player? That's the point. If you're going to beat us, you're not going to beat us with your best player. In football, you don't think the team scheme around the other team's best offensive player? That's how sports works, bro. Like, what? Like, I'm not gonna just let you score. Like, if you guys ever play like 2K or Madden with your friend, any like game or one-on-one, you're not gonna just let your friend score. You're not gonna just let your friend beat you. Right, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm making sense or not, but that's just me. Like, I don't know. This one here. All right, let me look at this. He had 7 turnovers game 2, 6 for 24. I'm not acting like this Boston team's bad. What you guys are acting like is that this Cavs team was horrendous. That's what it is. That's what it is. You guys are overhyping the Boston team. This was a good team, but this Boston team is not as good as you guys are trying to make it seem. And this Cavs team is not as bad as you guys are trying to make it seem. I watched the games. I actually have a couple videos of me breaking it down, but he had 7 turnovers. And if we want to talk about this, 0 for 4 from the 3, right? So he's relying on scoring in the paint, right? Because all he can do is rim run. Is there a shot? I should be able to see like his shot selection. Let me see. I should be able to on here. All around bad games. Dang it. I gotta remember how to do it. But I thought I could. Let me see. There was that one website. I gotta look at it later. But again, he's not like, even in this one, bro. I want to say it's this series. He didn't score from outside of 3 feet until like the second quarter of game 2. Let me see. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Let me do the box score. What did he score in the first? Did you make any field goals in the first quarter? Let's see. He went 3 for 8. So let me see. And then 0 for 5 in the second. Dang, bro. 0 for 5. Sheesh. 3 for 13 and a half. 1 for 6 in the third. 2 for 5 in the fourth. Yeah, he played bad, but the Cavs team never. They did, though. That's the thing. If they never had a chance, how did the Cavs outscore the Celtics in this series? That's my whole thing, right? And then Cleveland wins 84 to 108. And even on this, let me see. What did he do? He didn't have a crazy game. He went 5 for 16. So the game that they even won, the game he even won, it's not like we can sit here and say LeBron had a crazy game. He went 5 for 16. He had 21 points. Delonte West had 21 points. So, again, LeBron is tied with Delonte West with 21 points. He went 5 for 16, 3 for 5 from 3, right? His best shooting game from the 3 so far. He went 3 for 5. Not even talking about, and you got to remember this, guys. He got 90 free throws this series. 90. Missed 20 of them. 22 of them, actually. And let's see, how many turnovers? He had 2 turnovers this game. The game that LeBron doesn't have crazy turnovers, they won. I'm going to say this one more time. The first game that LeBron didn't have crazy turnovers, they won. Does anybody see a common theme so far? He shot bad this game, guys. Folks, we are talking about this. No, right. Yes, 1,000%. Free throws missed was OD, but you got to understand this. You guys are not understanding this. He has shot bad in all. We're on 3. I'm almost positive we're on 3 games right now. This is game 3. I'm almost positive. Oh, yeah, game 3. 2-1. Game 3. Yo, Monte. Thank you, Monte. Thank you. Game 3, guys. Right. Let me ask you this. I just want to make sure everybody's following me. My bad. I'm going to read your question right here, Dar, in a second. What game from game 1, game 2, and game 3, what game would you say LeBron shot good in? Any of them? Has LeBron shot good in any of these 3 games? And tomorrow I'll see if I can go on YouTube on I got to learn how to do TikTok Studio on here, and if I can, we can even watch these games, guys, and break down some of these parts. I got to see if I'll get, TOS for it, but that is also something I want to do because, yes, a box score cannot tell you everything. I agree. I'm one of those people. I agree. You can't read just a box score to get full information and everything like that, but it does help. There are patterns. There are things you can see in here that are informative. Now, what do you say? The Cavs team was not a championship, but they were, bro. That Cavs team was one of the best defensive teams in the league. What are you talking about? They're holding the Celtics, bro. You want to know something right here? Where is it at? Look, I'm gonna go to Game 6. I didn't want to say this right now, but if you look at this 69 points right here, the NBA champs, the Cavs held the NBA champions to 69 points. That is one of the lowest score. I think this is the lowest scoring points in the whole entire playoffs was 69. The Cavs held the NBA champs to the lowest amount of points scored in the entire playoffs this year, 69. Guys, this is a fact. 69 points is, I believe, if it's not the lowest, it's top 3 and lowest amount of points scored in a playoff game for that year. It's top 3. I promise you it is. You can look this up. That's factual information. You guys are literally trying to make it seem like these guys were scrubs. The Cavs was one of the best. The Cavs defense was built to compete with teams like this. It was meant for their defense to compete with teams like this and LeBron to lead them to the promised land. That's what the team was built to. But LeBron choked. Hold on. You acting. Hold on. That would be dope. No, I'm going to try to do that. You did ask me a good question, though, Dar. What did you say that I missed? Let me scroll up because I missed it. You said, what was Bron's average in the regular season that year? For 2008, I will take a look at that here in a second. Just write it again if I don't get to it. Let me just finish this first, and then I will look. I love your coverage on the NBA and players. I wish more people would break things down. Thank you. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for everybody in here. Thank you. I try, right? I'm just trying to make you think at it and look at it a different way. Like I say, nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's this conversation. Let's talk about it. Like, let's really talk about it and let's break it down. Let's analyze it. Let's look at it as a whole. Let's look at it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. At the end of the day, we're learning. We're here to grow. We're here to educate one another. That's what it is, right? And to break false narratives. There's no hate in my heart for anything. But what I'm saying is we're on game 3. LeBron James has not shot good in any of these games. He hasn't. Bro, they make it there together. They should have won, period. Right? I agree. So he shot bad in 3 games. You guys love to talk about LeBron's crazy stat games. He has not had a crazy stat game in 3 games. 8 assists. 5 rebounds, 21 points. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. Let me rephrase this. That is a great game. That is a great game. I would love to have that. I'm not saying that that's not nothing. Do not get me wrong. How I saying that? Those are great numbers, right? But are we going to be naive and say that we haven't seen LeBron put up way better numbers than this? Like you guys love to say, triple-double playoff LeBron. We have seen LeBron do way better numbers than this. The point I'm making when I say we're close in game 1, LeBron underperformed, had crazy turnovers, they lost. Game 2, LeBron had crazy turnovers, they lost. In game 3, they won. LeBron shot bad. In all 3 games, he had 2 turnovers, they won. That's the pattern we have for 3. I'm not saying that's the whole series, how it's going to be, but that's the pattern we have that is concurrent these 3 games. He has shot bad, and it doesn't matter. They've won when he turned the ball over. I'm sorry, they won when he didn't turn the ball over. NBA was better when scores were low because defense was being played. That's why. Real basketball was being played. Why does young Bron, early playoff Bron failures against Celtics get brought up, but young Jordan doesn't? Young Jordan doesn't because when Jordan, Magic Mac 9, thank you for the follow. Jordan's underachievements against the Celtics don't get brought up because Jordan dominated. Tim Tam 7890, thank you for the follow. It doesn't get talked about because Jordan dominated when he lost. Jordan did every single thing he could. Jordan didn't choke. He didn't wet the bed. He didn't lose. Jordan didn't lose because he underperformed or turned the ball over or shot bad. Jordan lost because he was outpowered, overmatched, and was going against 5 Hall of Famers. He was going against one of the best teams ever with nobody. My thing about Jordan is this on that team. Can you even tell me somebody on Jordan's team when he played the Celtics? Like you asked that question, young Jordan. Can you tell me anybody on his team personally? Like, I'll even give you, like, I don't even want to say, don't say Charles Oakley because that's a given, but, like, can you tell me anybody? Like, I'm just curious. I mean, he was the only star in the team, so of course he's going to put up bad shots, but that's not necessarily the case. Kobe was the only star in the team. not even just Kobe. D Wade was the only star on the team when he won. We can go back to the times before. And Tony, you're older than me, so quote me on this if I'm wrong. I might not be able to say the year exactly, but I'm pretty sure like there may be like I know somebody's gonna try to use the Rockets team. I forget the year, but you know what I'm talking about when I say the Rockets. Somebody will try to say the Lakers in '04, but somebody will try to say the Rockets. I'm missing basically what I'm saying, Tony, is I know I'm missing a team from that Rockets period with Barkley in them that you may be able to tell me that I don't know. But anyways, back to what I'm saying. To my recollection, guys, there wasn't like 3 superstars, all-star caliber players on the team until LeBron went to the Heat. Like you can say the Celtics, but like a super team, like to where, especially where when you form it and you purposefully say we're gonna team up and we're gonna collude, that like we're gonna play together, guys. We're gonna play together. Like saying that we're gonna play together, that didn't happen until LeBron and the Heat. Like you guys, a lot of you don't realize like most teams were orchestrated with 1 or 2 stars and that's it. And the team was, they were the dude. You're the guy. You're going to lead us to victory. We win through you. We lose through you. We win, it's your fault. You lose, it's your fault. You're the guy. Like, right? Like that's what it was. The contract, no, it did. And that's what I was going to get at, because the way how the contracts were set up, it made it to where every team could have at least 1 star. Even if the team was trash, every team had at least 1 superstar player. We could even use the Gilbert Arenas Wizards. They had the Allen Iverson 76ers, Steve Francis Rocket. Every team had at least 1 star player in their market. He lost versus Pistons too. I mean, that's cool. They beat LeBron too, didn't they? That Pistons team was one of the best defensive teams of all time. A lot of teams aren't beating that '04 Pistons team. You don't even realize that Pistons team was holding teams to under 80 points a night. You would be lucky if you scored 85 points against that '04 Pistons team. When it was the Pacers and the Pistons in the playoffs, bro, they were holding each other to 75 points. Like, I'm being dead serious. The Pistons and the Pacers, bro, if you want to go watch some defense and some basketball where there's no offense and you're winning off pure defense, go watch those playoff series with the Pistons and the Pacers, bro. Them was dog fights. Bro, I wasn't even talking about Bron. You tripping. When D Wade, when he had Shaq. Okay, Elijah, you do realize they were losing at first, right? When they had Shaq in the finals in the Heat. Shaq was trying to win another finals MVP. They were losing. I'll find the video of it, but Shaq literally had to tell D Wade, like, look, young fella, I know you're trying to give me this MVP, because Shaq wanted to win that finals over Kobe so bad, bro. He wanted that finals MVP so bad. He wanted it so bad. This is right after he got traded. This is what a lot of y'all don't realize. Then after that, Shaq had to tell D Wade, like, look, bro, go on. You got vets. We know how to win. We gonna hold the defense down. We gonna play our role. We need you to score. We need you to score. We need you to lead us to victory. We want to talk about Shy being a free throw merchant and going to the free throw line. Like, D Wade almost had 100 free throws that series, bro. D Wade was averaging 20 free throws a game. I'll go up here and look at it. I think he had like 96 free throws or something that series. He almost had 100 free throws that finals, bro. He was averaging 20 free throws a game and they came back. That's all I'm saying. He was average, like, y'all want to talk about free throw merchants. But let me read these. How you get swept after getting handled a finals in the Eastern Conference. Which one are you talking about, Smirk? I'm all over the place right now with comments. That's facts. Rob, tell them about Iverson winning versus. I mean, that was the only game the Lakers lost in the playoffs. The whole playoffs in '01 was against Allen Iverson in game 1. Yeah, my hometown, Detroit. No, bro, their defense was tough. Detroit's doing good too. I'm glad they're doing good. Bro, you're saying Bron invented playing as a team? So I've come to the conclusion that even when giving context and valid information to back up the words that I'm saying, some people are just going to hear what they want to hear and tune out like all the other words. And then just once you say the keywords that they want to hear, they'll tune you back in and then they'll, say that. I stated that was the first time that people started saying, hey, let's play together, bro. Let's team up here and do that. I don't want to necessarily call it collusion, even though that's how the big 3 formed, was through collusion. But that's when people started doing that. Bro, I'm talking about Jordan losing to the Pistons. Right, exactly. Did Jordan underperform to the Pistons? To be honest with you, Trey, if you want to talk about the Pistons, Jordan lost one series when he had the lead, and that was to the Pistons. He lost. He was up 2-1, and then he lost the series. Other than that series, I can't tell you a playoff series that Jordan had the lead in and lost. I'm gonna say that one more time. You can look. The Pistons series, when he had a 2-1 lead, is the only series I've ever seen Jordan have a lead in and lost. Now, Trey, if you want to hear something even more crazy, I looked. I'd have to do a better job. Okay. But LeBron in 09 against the Cavs blew 3 double-digit leads. I'm sorry. Against the Magic, when he was on the Cavs, he blew 3 double-digit leads. I could only find Jordan having 2 double-digit leads in a playoff game and losing the game. And that was against the Celtics team in 63 when he scored the 63 points. That series. That's the only series I saw that Jordan had a double-digit lead in the game and blow the game. Unless you can find me something else, that is the only time I ever saw Jordan blow a series lead against the Pistons 2-1, and the only time I ever saw Jordan that I can find, not saw, but that I can find, because I didn't watch all these games, but that I can find, I watched the Celtics series. That's the only two. Unless you can tell me some other ones, I would like to know for anybody in the chat if you could tell me. He said, my hometown, Rob, tell him, the overrated, Wade carried period, why people look at playing together like it's a bad thing. It's not that it's a bad thing, but it ruins my thing is this. When LeBron teamed up with the big three, he ruined the competitiveness of basketball. He destroyed the league. Not only did he destroy the league, he destroyed the balance of the league. You ruined 2 franchises at the same time that you went to the Heat because, and this is another thing that's funny with LeBron on the Lakers and why LeBron is acting the way he is. Holy cow, I got 26. Let me read these. Hold up. My bad. Holy cow. Let me read these. My fault. Wade carried. Yeah, he did. Maybe they should have fouled him. Passport for traveling. Every sport live I've been on today is MJ versus Bron. We're not debating MJ versus Bron. We're not debating that. I'm a Kobe. I mean, we can, but that's not what the debate is here. I'm a Kobe and Jordan fan too. I was just saying these players that went undefeated against him because LeBron's decision is the reason why KD fell. No, exactly. And that's another thing people get mad about. KD doesn't do, and like, this is part of the reason why the CBA came into effect. I'm not saying LeBron did it, but LeBron got mad that the Warriors did what they did. Because the fact of the matter is the Warriors did the same thing to LeBron that LeBron did to the league. That's what it comes down to. Like now why you have to pay all these players all this money and you're going into the luxury cap and stuff like that is because the NBA does not want to see another Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors didn't do anything illegal. They drafted their hometown talent, and when it was time for Harrison Barnes to get a contract extension, you guys got to remember I don't care what anybody says, bro. I'll argue this with anybody. Even with the injuries that the Golden State had with losing Bogut and Steph Curry being hurt and all that, and the suspension and all that of Draymond, the reason why the Golden State Warriors lost is because Harrison Barnes couldn't make no shots. That's why they lost. They could have beat the Cavs. If Harrison Barnes hit shots, they beat the Cavs. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You could talk about greatest comeback, XYZ, all that. Harrison Barnes didn't hit no shots, bro. They went and got KD because Harrison Barnes was up for a contract extension. They could have paid Harrison Barnes the max. The thing what the Warriors did, bro, is they paid their hometown talent people. KD and Jimmy Butler are really the only 2 players that the Warriors have brought in that were not homegrown talent that they paid big money to. Yeah, they did it to D'Lo, but they realized that was a mistake and they got him out of there really quick because that's when everybody was spending money. But other than that, you can't tell me anybody else during that dynasty run they had that they brought in that wasn't homegrown. Even with Jordan Poole, they paid him money. So instead of paying Harrison Barnes the max, they just paid the max to KD. The money that was going to go to Harrison Barnes went to KD. There's nothing illegal about that. LeBron got mad about that because obviously the Warriors took some championship rings from him. Let me read these. Reeves over or under 29 points tomorrow. I'm gonna say under. I could be wrong, but I think LeBron is gonna have a good game because he's been crying and pouting. So I think LeBron is actually gonna have a good game tomorrow, especially coming off of a bad game. That's a good narrative for the media to talk about. LeBron had a bad game, scored only such and such, and now the offense is running through LeBron. And look at the Lakers change the offense. And then in the next day, it has everybody talking about, oh, the Lakers changed their offense and ran it through LeBron. Do you think that the Lakers need to take the ball out of Luka's hands and put it back into? I'm waiting for all this stuff to come up, bro. I'm waiting for it to happen. It's only a matter of when, not if. Literally not a debate. A stat pattern getting handed finals in the Eastern Conference. They were old. Nah, that and then to do with LeBron because it was two different situations. LOL facts that you guys debate. Funny that got here late, fam. My bad. Now you good. It was collusion. No, they did. It was collusion. They talked about it in the Olympics. And when Kobe won, they're like, what are we doing? Because they didn't want to see Kobe get any more rings, bro. You know how, man, you know, and that's another thing I say, that's some haters, because you know dang well they didn't want to see Kobe get 6 rings. They didn't want to see Kobe get 6 rings. How are they two different subpar stars needing to team up to get first rings? You guys come and debate when there's no debate. The Eastern Conference not good. LeBron fans don't debate, they argue pitying stats. And then tell you team ball. The Magic had a perfect strategy deal. They said they're going to let LeBron go crazy. Well, the thing about that, too, even with that, oh, hey, thank you for sending that. The facts. Yeah, Harrison was bad. No, Harrison was bad. They turned the magnet ball. Hey, they don't want to talk about, hey, we're not talking about that, bro. We're not talking about, no. We're not talking about that. I see you, though. You know. We're not talking about that, though. Can't use it if when it benefits you. You saying Warriors win if he made shots, like saying Cavs win. 2015 Kyrie and Love wasn't out. I said 2016. He might be talking to them. Oh my God, the world relying on Harrison. Bro, that's why they lost. Harrison Barnes couldn't make no shots. Didn't Lee Trash come in during a blowout in the fourth? No, he did. Man, I wish the league pass was cheaper. I got league pass. I don't really like it. I do, but I don't. I wish you could go back and watch more farther games. It's okay, but for the price, I don't like it. You're right on that. I might have to cancel it. Here, I don't know. I need some better basketball games to come on for me to keep it. Because right now it's not. There was another question somebody asked. I think it might have been you. Why people look at playing? So my thing is too. I'm gonna go back to talk about that when you said why people playing bad. The Magic. Yeah, the Magic. The thing about that is too. Like, bro, Dwight Howard fouled out like 3 times in that series. Like he fouled out 3 times in the Magic series and averaged like five fouls a game. Like even then, like LeBron gave up so many double-digit leads. It got to the point with Hedo Turkoglu and Rashard Lewis that LeBron couldn't guard any of them. They were moving too fast. Like Coach Brown had to call timeouts for LeBron to give him breaks to get air because they were gassed. Like I want to say game 1, 2 of his buckets don't count. I mean, they do, but they were on LeBron. I mean, they weren't on LeBron because LeBron was on the bench. But Rashard Lewis went 5 for 5 in the fourth quarter. And then he hit those 2 crazy shots to win them the game. And LeBron wasn't guarding him either time. I think one was on Ilgauskas, maybe, or Vergiao. I know one was on Vergiao. They might have both been on Vergiao. Might have been. But I know one was on Vergiao. And it just got to the point, like, bro, these guys had double-digit leads. And what people don't understand is that Cavs team swept. They were on an 8-0 win streak, bro. They were undefeated. They were holding teams down to, like, 80 points. They were balling. And then the Magic just said, nah. Like, and my thing about it is, like I say, LeBron had half of his turnovers in the fourth quarter. I want to finish this up, though, before I go back to saying that, because I do want to answer you, why do I think playing with other people is it's not bad. It just shows lack of competitiveness. You want the easy way, which LeBron has shown he wants the easy way. He doesn't want to compete, which is nothing wrong with that. But LeBron wants to have the best teams. He wants to have the best players. He wants to have the best talent. Even when LeBron scores, LeBron wants to score in a mismatch. You don't want to compete. And that's another thing. I've never seen anybody as skillful as LeBron not want to compete. Like that he made that a common. Like that's like how people want to talk trash to you that cheat in video games. It's like, bro, you're cheating. You're not good, but they only want to play when they can cheat. Like that's the norm now. It's like, I don't want to compete. I just want it. I deserve these championships. This made me the greatest of all time. How did that make you the greatest of all time? You said, what do I mean? He doesn't want to compete. Did you not just hear what I said? Bro, when he was on the Cavs, Dan Gilbert gave him the highest payroll. He had everything Dan Gilbert wanted. Anything LeBron wanted, Dan Gilbert gave him. And then when he lost to Golden State, the Cavs were already the highest payroll, and LeBron is complaining, saying, I need more help. I need more talent. I need more players. Like, bro, you have the highest payroll already. And you're saying you need more? Why do you think the Lakers are doing to him what they're doing now? Because the Lakers got tired of giving LeBron everything he wanted, and it still was not enough. They gave LeBron everything he wanted, and he's still complaining. Let me ask you this. You said name 5 players that he played with. Name me 5 players that the Cavs should have got for LeBron that they didn't get. The Cavs built the team around LeBron. Defense and shooters. Defense and shooters. LeBron couldn't shoot, so they filled the team. Even the big man had to shoot because LeBron couldn't shoot. They filled the team up with everything LeBron wanted. All the players. When Ben Wallace beat him, he got Ben Wallace. When Jameson was beating him, he got Jameson. They got Larry. Who should the Cavs have gotten for LeBron that they didn't get for LeBron during this time? Let me ask that, because you guys love to say he didn't get help. Who should they have gotten? They had Carlos Boozer, but Carlos Boozer messed up the agreement that they had. I forget what he said, but they had a verbal agreement on Carlos Boozer. Cool, Carlos Boozer walked. He messed that up. I'm talking about the first time Cavs. Who should they have gotten? So you're saying during his first 7 years? They did. They tried to get Amari for J.J. Hickson, but the thing about it, and I understand why they didn't do it, first and foremost, if they get Amari Stoudemire, LeBron never goes back to Cleveland in 2014, 2015, because the Cavs don't get those picks. They wanted a first-round pick and J.J. Hickson for Amari Stoudemire. So they would have had to give up a first-round pick. They then would have had to pay Amari Stoudemire this crazy money, because you see how he got paid for the New York. He left Phoenix because Phoenix didn't want to pay him. So they had to pay him this crazy deal. Then you got LeBron James, who is literally saying when he had 2 years left in his contract, oh, it's going to be cool testing free agency. It's going to be cool to leave. I can't wait to test it out. So you want us to pay this dude crazy money, trade our first-round pick, our future, to please this dude that we don't even know if he's going to stay, which in reality, he already knew he was going to leave before he left. Name 5 players they had the best record in the whole league, 60 plus. Bro, you know what's funny too about that 60 plus wins? There's not a lot of 60 plus wins teams that don't win. Okay, you have 60-win teams that don't win finals, but there's not a lot of 60-win teams that don't make it to the finals. There's not a lot. I looked it up when I did the video on it. I'd have to do some research. It's too late now. I'm about to get off here soon, but I'd have to look it up. When Bron left, they were immediately back. No, right. They were immediately back. Thank you for saying that. You know why? Because LeBron dumps on his teams when he leaves. LeBron did the same thing in Miami. That's why Pat Riley did that. If you watch my video, that's why Pat Riley says what he says about LeBron. And he did the same thing in Cleveland. And this is why when LeBron wanted a contract extension, this is why the Lakers didn't give him one. This is why the Lakers didn't give LeBron a contract extension. I'm going to say it one more time. This is why LeBron didn't get a contract extension. This is the last thing I'm going to speak on. The Lakers made sure that LeBron wasn't going to do the Lakers like LeBron did Cleveland, and how LeBron did Cleveland twice, and how LeBron did the Cavs, and how LeBron did the Heat. The Lakers know how LeBron moves because the Lakers signed LeBron from the Cavs, right? They know LeBron's game. They know LeBron's MO. LeBron is already talking and thinking of his next move before he's there, or he's at the team. What did he say on the Lakers when he signed there? I'm signing. D. Wade said it. I knew LeBron was going to the Lakers. Chris Paul said it. Yeah, we all knew LeBron was going to the Lakers. The Lakers just had to not mess it up and say it before it came out. He colluded, bro. He knew he was going to the Lakers. He knew it. D. Wade literally tell you he knew it. So my thing is this, right? LeBron left the Cavs. How? He didn't tell them. He knew he was going to Miami. He already talked about it in the Olympics. He knew. So by the time all the free agents get signed, by the time they can even think about making any moves, signing anybody, they got to wait for LeBron because they don't know. He's not telling them. He's not talking to him. They thought they had a chance at re-signing LeBron. They did. So LeBron goes and leaves after free agency. They can't get nobody at this point. They can't sign nobody. What did LeBron do when he left the Heat? He told Chris Bosh through text he was leaving. They thought they had a chance to resign LeBron. LeBron left them after free agency. They can't make no moves. Cash strapped. Left both teams cash strapped. He did the same thing to the Cavs. The Cavs with LeBron was the highest payroll, as I just said. You lose, Matthew Fox, thank you for the follow. The same thing I just said. He left after the Golden State loss. The Cavs had the highest payroll in the league. Waited. The Lakers didn't allow him to just, are you staying, LeBron? You leaving? Are you retiring? They're getting tired every offseason. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to retire. I don't know if I'm going to do that. You guys got to understand about the Lakers. The Lakers with their moves are telling you that LeBron is no longer their future. They didn't re-sign LeBron for a reason. LeBron, look it up. LeBron wanted a contract. Did you guys not understand that this is the first time in LeBron's career that he's playing where he's not on a guaranteed year the next year? This next year, LeBron is on no guaranteed deal. There's no contract. There's no money. This is the first time in LeBron's career he's playing where he doesn't have a guaranteed contract the next year. This is the first time in his career. You guys don't understand that. And what happened is, the thing about that, Alonzo, he got traded for draft picks so he could get more money. That's the only reason why they put they did the sign and trade, was so he could make more money. The Heat could pay him more money with a sign and trade. That only happened for money reasons. But anyways, back to what I'm saying. The Lakers give their stars, they hand down their stars. Like, you guys don't understand. The Lakers is like a pass the torch franchise, what they do. They can't just outright and say they don't want LeBron anymore because they don't want to ruin their reputation and they don't want to make it to where no other stars want to go there, right? You look at it like this. You had Kareem. What happened after Kareem? They gave it to Magic. Who did they give it to after Magic? They gave it to Shaq. Shaq and Kobe, pick one. Okay, we're trading you, Shaq, and now it's Kobe. After Kobe, it went LeBron, and now LeBron, it is Luka. It's Luka's time. The Lakers literally showed you that all summer when they put Luka on their screen. You got to understand, bro. Luka, and y'all can say whatever you want, but not many teams could do what they did with Luka. Y'all forget they was calling this boy fat, said he was lazy, said he didn't want to play. We don't want to pay him. He don't try hard. His effort's bad. He can't defend. He's out of shape. They crucified Luka, bruh. The Lakers, within a summer, got that boy looking good, got his body right, got him in condition, got him scoring 40 points a night, dropping triple doubles, put him out in the public, said, we love you. You are our franchise. You know what I'm saying? They let that be known. They showed you with their actions. Actions speak louder than words. Kobe quit in a playoff game because his coach. There's actually more to that. I'll tell you. A lot of people are on that. I could never take that. A lot of people are on that, but that's not me. All right, I ain't gonna lie. It's 1:00. I got work in the morning. Yo, Nate. I appreciate you for the follow. This is also my fault because I didn't think we was gonna have this many people, bro. We had a great turnout. We had like 30 people, 20 to 30 people for the whole. I was live for 3 hours and 30 minutes. This was lit. I did not think it was gonna turn out like this. We had like 20 to 30 people. I'm going to also, thank you guys for the love, man. When do you usually go live? Honestly, bro, this was my second live ever on this account. I usually game, like I have another account I play video games on that I stream on that one. So I was using Streamlabs for gaming, but I realized I can't use Streamlabs if I'm not gaming. It'll take my access away. So I'm using OBS. I do want to have some of you guys come up on here because I do want to get to know some of you guys' names. I know some of you guys' names from the comments. I got to figure out how to use that. Tony, I believe, told me, he sent me a link. So we'll figure that out too, how to get people up on here to talk. Like I said, I don't care what your opinion is as long as you can have a reason why you're saying what you're saying. Like if you say my content's trash, I don't care. I'll get mad if you can't tell me why you say my content's trash. At least tell me why it's trash. Have a reason of some sort. That's all I care about. I need to learn how to use OBS. I do, like I said, I know you can't watch like live games. I think you'll get in trouble, but I think if I go on like the purple or, cause I have a purple too. I need to go on that. I need a multi-stream so we can, just connect to more people. Because like I said, I see a lot of lives on here, and people just talk crazy and yell and get loud, and I'm not gonna have that. I'm not gonna have people talking out of their names and calling you XYZ. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. I do have a Discord. I could invite you guys. I'm gonna try my best tomorrow to go live by like 10 East. I'll try my best 10, 11 East. I got to do some stuff after work, but I'll try my best to go live by then, and then I'll figure out a topic for you guys of what we could talk about. Rob, ball, keep it up. Thank you, Black Ice. I appreciate it. I try. Dar, I'm gonna try by uh 10, 11 East. I'm gonna try it by then. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna post on the story too. You can mute people on lives. Yeah, I need to figure out how to do all that. I need to learn how to do that if it gets out of hand. Yeah, and even then, like, I just personally don't ever want it to get out of hand. Like, I want it, because like I say, bro, talking sports at the end of the day, like, people just trying to hang out. You trying to kick it, bro. Like, everybody feels the type of way how you feel. Like, you can't control somebody feeling, making them feel how they feel. Like, my thing too, and I also say, is I'm not trying to change anybody's opinion on anything when I speak. I'm not. I just try to get you guys, and I say this in my gaming when I game too. I just try to get you guys to think, not what to think, but how to think. I just try to get you guys to think out a different way, a different perspective. I'm just trying to bring stuff out a different angle you maybe never have seen before, and to try to get you to think. I respect anybody with an opinion that can back it up. Tell me why you feel the way you do. Tell me why. You don't gotta agree with me. I always say too, like, you would be surprised that you would be friends with people that you disagree with, but because you disagree with them, you then like shut off everything they say. And I don't necessarily feel that's cool. Like, I like agreeing to disagree, because and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. When you can agree to disagree with somebody, and people think that you disagree on everything. Like, you guys could have something really, really in common on something else, but because you guys disagree on that one thing and you guys start attacking each other, you would really never know it. That's just me and my 2 cents for the day. Love and respect at the end of the day for everybody that's in here. I'm grateful for you guys. You guys all have a good night. Everybody have a good day at work, school, whatever you got going on tomorrow. Reach your goals. We'll be back to talk tomorrow. I'm grateful for you guys, bro. Shoot, bro, hopefully. But yeah, man, just, even if you guys don't like LeBron, you like him. I don't hate y'all. We not no hate community, nothing like that, bro. We make fun of, we talk about the facts. That's what we do. We talk about the facts, y'all. Facts only. But yeah, y'all have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with me, man. I'm grateful for y'all boys. For real. Peace. Let me turn this stream off. I wish I could like raid somebody, but I don't think